Attention, dear listeners. It's Libra here. This is your official spoiler warning for the Fantastic Four: First Steps. We're talking origin stories, cosmic science, and the start of Marvel's first family in the MCU. If you haven't seen it yet, hit pause now, before we stretch too far into spoiler territory. You've been warned.
Welcome to the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. I'm Spenser, and I'm one of your hosts on this podcast that we do. And today I'm joined by the other two members of the League of Melanated Gentlemen to give you another review.
Fantastic Four. That's fantastic. That's a soundtrack for you. But yeah, this is Brandon.
I will definitely agree. I like that. This is Jordan.
And before we get to reviewing anything, there are some things we got to tell you about. Some places where you can find us, reach us, contact us, and tell us how you felt about the first steps. Jordan is going to tell you all about that right now.
Yeah, so we're on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook. We're all at the League of Melanated Gentlemen podcast. That is where you can find us at. So yeah, if you want to stop by social media, feel free to. Don't forget to rate and review us on any of the streaming services that you use and subscribe to YouTube, all the good stuff like that. Schedule updates. Of course, episodes come out on the main podcast on Mondays. But on Tuesdays bi-weekly, we have LMG Presents Marvel Multiverse RPG. That's a Marvel role-playing game that we play here on the channel. And we're getting back to our adventure. So hopefully everyone checks that one out.
Have y'all ran into Galactus yet?
No, not necessarily. Actually, let me see. Something related to Galactus is about to happen.
Gotcha.
So a little spoiler alert for, I guess,
Okay.
tomorrow's episode. Technically, we're about to run into the Crimson Surfer.
Ooh, okay.
So I don't want to spoil who he is. I'll probably tell you guys who he is offline. But yes,
Little teaser.
the Crimson Surfer appears.
Okay.
But yeah, and then on Wednesdays we have Wrestling with Worldwide Willis. That is Brandon's review podcast where he is talking about all the things in the world of wrestling. I know recently we had someone pass away, but I don't know if we talk about that guy or not.
Yeah.
But,
Yep.
yeah, I was
Yeah.
like, I don't know if that's
Yeah.
one.
Mhm.
Oh no, I'll say it. Fuck him.
Damn.
I don't care if he's dead. That don't make him less terrible. Fuck him.
Dang, it's tough. It's tough.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he did what he did when he was alive, and so he got what he
And
got when he's dead.
and Brandon can stay diplomatic. Brandon can stay neutral as far as the world is concerned. I support you in that endeavor.
Yeah.
I have feelings. Fuck him.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, seeing him get booed as one of his last known appearances felt good. Not gonna lie. Obviously, wish the best for his family and all that, but him as a person potentially ruined wrestling for generations to come. Wrestlers were going to be getting a union. He broke that up. So now wrestlers was doing steroid. They was doing all kind of stuff because they didn't have health insurance. You know what I mean? They got to pay the bills. So he ruined a lot of things like in the ring and outside of the ring. But yeah.
There you have it. And then on Fridays bi-weekly, of course, we have DC Animation with Spencer and Friends. Spencer, what we got up?
This week we will be reviewing Batman: The Doom That Came to Gotham.
And there
So,
you have it. Yeah.
Can I have a quick thought? I watched a few of the Tomorrowverse movies, and I gotta say, one, I barely made it through. The second one, a nap was had at some point in the movie. I can't tell you where,
That is rough.
but at some point. And it was a little, I don't know. We could talk about it later, but I'm just like, golly, it fell off because I just ain't been, I ain't been tapped in like you, right? So I kind of went to catch up. Watching Superman got me inspired to catch up. I'm like, ugh, where's the formula? We ain't put the right sauce in this.
Brandon, the people will hear your voice
Hmm.
for the end of the Tomorrowverse.
Gotcha. Okay.
As the people know, I always have you as the beginning and the end of any new universe.
The Thanos. I like it. Okay.
And so the people will hear from you
Yeah.
at the end of the Tomorrowverse. So
Love it.
we
Yeah.
can talk about it then.
Yeah. I have a lot of thoughts.
Good. That's what I like. I like a lot of thoughts.
Hmm.
And there you have it. That's everything we have this week.
So it's review season. We've reviewed a few things here on this podcast recently, and today is no different. Now, we have a lovely AI who has already issued the spoiler warning. So we will be discussing today the newest MCU hotness, the Fantastic Four First Steps. I will read a synopsis in my own words, and then we're just going to talk about it. So, we open on Earth 828. Sue finds out that she's pregnant, and everyone's excited about it. The Fantastic Four are celebrated as celebrities, and they have made the world a better place with, crime fighting, Reed's tech, and Sue's addresses to the United Nations. They are running tests to make sure that the baby is okay because they were pelted with cosmic radiation, but all the tests show that the baby is normal. The Silver Surfer arrives on Earth and tells everyone that Galactus is coming to eat the planet, so hug your kids, hug your wives. As she leaves, Johnny chases her and she says something to him in her native language. Reed does some research on the Surfer and the planets that have also come up missing and puts together that this is a credible threat. The Fantastic Four decide to go find Galactus so they can, see if they can save the Earth before he arrives. They go up into space and track the Silver Surfer to a planet that they watch be eaten by Galactus. They are then pulled into Galactus' ship and they have a little talk. Galactus tells them that he has been a slave to his own hunger for eons, and he is willing to spare Earth if he receives their baby, because the baby could take over as a slave for the hunger, which would free Galactus. Of course, the Fantastic Four say no, and they attack Galactus and escape. They are chased by the Silver Surfer, but lose her in a black hole, and Sue gives birth to Franklin. They get back to Earth and announce that Galactus wasn't defeated and wanted the baby, but because they didn't give him their baby, Earth is doomed. The public immediately puts Fantastic Four on the nigga go die list because they think sacrificing Franklin to save the Earth is the right move. Johnny starts reverse engineering the Silver Surfer's language, and Reed works on a way to handle the Galactus situation. Sue takes Franklin outside and introduces him to the public, telling them that she will not sacrifice her baby or planet Earth. Reed figures if he can teleport an egg, he can teleport the entire planet. So he comes up with an idea to teleport Earth into a different system using teleportation bridges across the whole planet. The whole planet cooperates in building the bridges and conserving energy. They get everything built and they start turning everything on, but Silver Surfer comes through and starts destroying all the bridges. Johnny is able to stop her from destroying the New York Bridge by putting everything he found in her native language on all of the screens and telling her he figured out who she is and what she did. He traumatizes her with messages from all the planets she fed to Galactus and tries to offer himself in Franklin's place, but she leaves in tears. Reed decides since there is one teleporter standing, we just bring Galactus here and teleport him away, but the only way to do that is to use Franklin as bait. Sue negotiates with the Mole Man, to evacuate the city underground, knowing that there will be destruction when Galactus arrives. Galactus arrives, and the Fantastic Four enact their plan. Unfortunately, Galactus, peeps the situation and snatches up Franklin. Sue mother bears Galactus into the teleporter, and Reed pulls Franklin out of there. Just as Galactus is about to escape the teleporter, Johnny prepares to sacrifice himself and knock Galactus back in there, but Silver Surfer does that herself. Sue dies, Franklin revives her, and everyone lives happily ever after. After some credits, it's been 4 years later, and Franklin loves books. Sue walks away for a second just to come back and see that Franklin is talking to Victor Von Doom. After some more credits, we see a Fantastic Four cartoon. And that's the movie.
I'm always, surprised how well you do because after I leave the theater, I got a solid 2 to 3 hours before I
Yeah.
forget everything.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
I do what I can. Like
Yeah.
I try to write these immediately after the movie since I can't write it while I'm watching the movie.
I would literally not have to talk to anybody immediately after the movie because as soon as I start talking, I'm gonna forget to write something down. And I'm just gonna forget the whole movie from there.
That's why we do a synopsis, because I know that a lot of people saw this movie perhaps a while ago, and you got to be reminded about the things. Because there are, you remember all the big stuff, but it's easy to forget the little stuff. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I may have also forgotten the little stuff. I don't know.
Yeah. And it's good for like, months down the line if you catching up, you saw it Fantastic Four, you maybe became aware of our podcast and be like, oh snap, I remember the movie now because Spencer ran through
Yeah,
scene for scene, line for line,
bar for bar.
bar for bar.
I do what I can. And I appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
But Brandon, what do you think of the movie? Oh wait, and actually, wait a minute, wait.
Okay.
Before we do that, um, are we going to make the people aware of the bet?
Yeah. Let's do that. Now, you know me. I'm not afraid to put a wager on the table. Okay, I have to say. So me and Jordan made a bet about opening weekend. Who can gross the most money in the box office? Fantastic Four, Superman. You know where my allegiance lies. I was with Superman. Obviously, Jordan is Marvel bias. He's going to go with Fantastic Four. Now, I will say it's not looking the greatest right now for me in 48 hours. A little more over 48 hours now, but at the time I saw that at 48 hours, Fantastic Four had already hit 200 million, which was their budget for the movie. So they already made back their bread. Now they're in the black, Uh, I want to say Superman was a little less than that. I want to say they made about like 150, 180 first week. I can't remember. So Jordan,
Yeah,
do you know?
yeah. So I just looked it up, and by opening weekend, we're talking about like that first weekend, Thursday through Sunday.
Yeah.
So we had to give it a little time before we actually looked at it. So I just looked it up. So opening weekend, domestically, it made 122 million. Internationally, it made 95 million, which put it at 217 million for global.
What is it?
No,
Oh,
it's Fantastic.
no, sorry, Superman. That was Superman.
Oh, okay, got it. Okay.
Sorry, I thought I said that. So yeah, that was Superman, but domestically 122.
Okay. Yeah.
That's so yeah, and I think like I knew Superman would do well, right? Like when but I just figured like Marvel is like pushing this thing. This is a start of a brand new phase. And so this could potentially get a lot of people back re-energized. But not only that, this is introducing a whole entire like generation to the Fantastic Four. Because
Is it though?
there's kids out here who probably like if you only know the MCU and you don't read comics or anything, like some 10-year-old just got inspired by watching both Superman or Fantastic Four or both. So like this could have entered like they probably knew who Superman was. Everybody knows Superman, but not everybody knows the Fantastic Four. So if you're a 10-year-old watching this for the first time, you're like, oh shoot, like this is a whole new generation.
Maybe so. I guess I'm a different 10-year-old. I'm not trying to watch a family at 10. I'm
Well,
trying
you
to
don't know.
watch.
You might not know. You might just saw the trailer and was like, "Oh, who's this flying fire dude?" Like, "Oh, what? This
Yeah,
big
maybe.
rock man?" Like
Yeah,
that.
he might get
That'll
attached to a
pique.
person.
Yeah,
That's
that'll
true.
that'll pique your interest.
Yeah. I just
And if Guardians did well, then people like a squad.
Yeah, they do. I just I just thought Superman's always even the bad Superman movies were box office hit. You know what I mean? And I thought by word of mouth, people were like, "Hey, this is a really good movie." Like,
I think one of the issues that both movies could potentially be facing is the past. So we all know that DC kind of has some stank on it from past movies, and there are some
Yeah.
people that are out. And the MCU's in a similar situation. It's got some stank on it from previous movies that people have hated and previous Fantastic Four movies.
Yeah.
Now, I'm under the impression that nobody is holding Fantastic Four's past against this movie as far as whether or not to see it, but I
Yeah.
do think there are some people that are out on the MCU.
Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
So they're both working uphill.
Mhm.
And that's why I think it's, a semi-fair comparison.
Yeah.
Just because they are both in similar situations where they're being weighed down by things that really don't have much to do with them themselves.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's probably true. I guess I just thought it's Superman. You know what I mean?
And
I mean, I
Superman,
agree. It's Superman. It's a big name.
he is the most recognizable superhero probably on Earth.
Yeah.
Like, he's the OG, he's the one who got us here, quite
Yeah.
honestly.
Yeah.
But
I think, and we'll it's hard to tell right now. I think
Yeah.
rewatchability. I think Superman is going to benefit once it hits streaming services a little better. But
I think the Fantastic Four is going to hit a little harder.
of course you
I,
do.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
so. I just looked it up too. Of course, the weekend still isn't over with. I'll recheck it again by like Tuesday. But right now, it says the Fantastic Four has made 118 million domestically and 57 million internationally, putting it at 218 million.
yeah.
A
So I
little
So
bit.
mean,
it's already more.
yeah, it's cooking. It's cooking. I give it that. I just think once we hit streaming, I just think honestly, and we'll get into Fantastic Four, but yeah, I just think rewatchability is a little better.
Jordan, give me those numbers again.
118, it says opening weekend domestically, and a strong 57 million internationally.
It's
The film's
160.
global total is 218 million so far.
I don't know how math works.
It says
That's
the
like
film global total reach 218 million, including an additional 100 million from its international market.
But
Uh,
you just said 57 million international, right?
hang on. Let me just read the whole thing. Fantastic Four made 118 million opening weekend at the domestic box office. This impressive debut was bolstered by a strong opening day of 57 million.
okay, so 100 total globally.
Yeah, and then
Okay,
the film's total has reached 218 million,
okay. So
including
118
an
domestic,
additional. Yeah,
100 international. That makes sense.
yeah.
Uh, okay, because I was gonna say
Yeah,
those numbers don't line up.
yeah. I
My
feel
bad, I
that.
wasn't reading the whole thing. Yeah,
Yeah,
57 just the day of. So what
gotcha.
That Thursday basically.
That's
Okay,
crazy. That is
so
crazy.
was Superman the same stats? Like it was.
So Superman, James Gunn grossed 122 million domestically in the opening weekend and 95 million internationally. The global weekend total was 217 million.
Okay, those numbers make more sense.
Yeah,
Okay, all right. So Brandon, Fantastic Four, First Steps. What are your thoughts?
I thought it was a fine movie. I thought it did a pretty good job of introducing you to a new team. It felt fresh. Felt like we'd never been Fantastic Four movie had been made before, right? They didn't really do anything those other movies did. Some for the better, some for the worse, but I thought for the most part it was a good movie. It just it was missing some things. Like the heart of the movie I didn't really get, and I was hoping because Ben Grimm, like that's one of the more like heartfelt characters out there, right? And like his parts I didn't feel as much. Johnny Storm, kind of a miss for me. I didn't feel like he didn't make. I feel like okay, overall the comedy didn't work for me at all. Really, I thought the best joke of the movie was the seatbelt, the getting the car seat in. That was the best joke of the movie to me. But I thought overall they did a good job with Galactus. Pretty good job with the Silver Surfer. Like it was a beautiful movie to watch. It's just the other stuff didn't grab me. Wasn't the most fun movie. Wasn't the most entertaining movie. But like beauty all around. Like shout out to them. Literally everything looked beautiful. So it was a good movie.
Okay. I thought it was pretty good, but not spectacular, not sensational. It's absolutely the best Fantastic Four movie.
Oh
I
yeah,
agree with. Yep, I agree.
yeah,
But like, it was a movie. Like pretty good.
Yeah.
Unimpressed though. What I will say that I really enjoyed, I as much as I was concerned about it, I think the cast did a great job. I think so. I don't really have feelings about Sue. I'm happy with Pedro's performance.
Oh, I
He
agree.
he didn't look like Reed, but he
Yeah.
felt like
He
Reed
felt
to
like
me.
Reed. That one
Okay.
was the most shocking. to me.
Yeah, I agree with exactly what Spencer said. He didn't. I still want somebody different to be Reed, but he did a great job as Reed. He just didn't look like Reed.
Yeah, like he didn't look like Reed, but he felt like Reed.
He felt like it felt like literally Reed from the comics because he was conflicted. He was about to make some decisions that everybody would have looked at and said, "Damn,
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, he was like, I literally like, I have to think about the worst
right,
so I
that's
can get out
Reed
of the
Richards.
worst.
Yeah.
That's
So
him."
like he did the like that's the character.
Yeah,
Like I
literally,
felt like he did a good job.
he did.
But I believe in Pedro. Like he can kind
Yeah.
of do what he wants. And that's why whenever we discussed how do we feel about Pedro being cast, I was like, I don't love it, but I trust Pedro to handle it.
Yeah, and he was smart. Like he changed the way he talked, like his cadence. Like, it was a
Yeah.
little stuff he changed, and it was like, oh snap! Like he felt like, oh, this dude's a genius. It didn't feel like I'm just watching Pedro be Pedro or anything.
I still want a white. I still want a white Reed. I will
What does it
say,
matter?
And that's
I just,
I understand.
I
No,
need
I
him.
get that. I understand. Like again,
I can understand if the dude had a hard accent, like
yeah.
like a hard accent you just couldn't get around. But it's like,
I don't know, man. It just
Like if dude from Andor had been Reed,
Yeah.
that would have been like,
yeah, that would have been him like reading out calculations and formulas. I'd have been like, whoa.
I don't know, man. I still want my Reed white.
okay,
Wow.
and
Fuck
that's
that.
fine. But I was
Oh, you're surprised. Like you like Johnny? You thought Johnny was?
and they gave him a pretty good amount to do in this movie.
They did. He was featured a lot.
Yeah, like he got some minutes.
Yeah.
But yeah, like with the thing,
I wanted to see him and Johnny like fight a little more. Like you got to see it when they was kind of throwing stuff at each other.
Yeah.
Like I
Yeah.
wanted to see them like fight a little bit, like sibling, like brothers.
Yeah.
we just got banter from them,
yeah.
and I was like, there's some budget that
Yeah.
we need, so that's probably why.
Yeah, I wanted to see them fight a little bit.
But yeah, I feel like the thing didn't have enough to do.
I agree.
I feel like they missed an opportunity, and maybe it's down the line plans. But like his story is to me low key the most interesting. Like when you just get down to it, like who could have their own show low key or
Yeah,
own thing? It's him. Like all the stuff he has to deal with. He's the one most dramatically affected. Like
yeah.
and they
He's-
kind of touched on it, but didn't dig too.
Well, I'll
deep.
say yeah. So when he went to like the Jewish synagogue, or
Yeah.
it might have been synagogue,
Yeah.
like
Yeah, I think
that's more like the deep stuff that
Yes.
that the thing really cares about. Like he is that Jewish character. Like he's really. I had one of my friends text me. He's like, "Bro, why did you just throw that random Jewish thing in there?" I was like, "That's part of the
Jewish.
character."
random.
Yeah.
Like it's funny because like him and Moon Knight literally share that same connection. Like anytime they see
Gotcha.
each other, it's like a Jewish connection for them.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like
So I'm happy they threw that in there.
he got so much like heart, and like I love the stuff with the kids. I liked how they
Oh,
handled
yeah.
the it's clobbering time. That was a good way to handle it.
Yeah,
I agree.
because it's a silly saying.
It's
like,
a silly saying,
it's a
but
silly
like
saying.
if he rejects it, everybody's like, "Oh, okay, now I kind of want him to say it,"
Yeah.
Like unfortunately, like with a movie like Venom or some Sony would have had him say that off the rip.
Oh yeah,
They would have opened with that shit.
Yeah, it's clobbering time. It would have been like, "Oh, okay, you ruined it." But yeah. Okay, so you like Johnny Storm?
I did like Johnny Storm.
Okay.
It
I
sounds
do too.
like I was gonna say it sounds like you did not like Johnny Storm, which is fine.
I didn't love him. I did like the use of him. I don't love the casting, but I did love that. Like, okay, now we have a female Silver Surfer. It is kind of cool to
So
see.
he
her.
in there.
Yeah, he gonna be in there anyways.
Oh
right?
yeah.
If she's good looking, Johnny
oh
Storm.
yeah.
is
It's
on it.
like that's kind of funny though. He's like she's naked and
Yeah.
she's like silver, whatever he said.
He's like, I love space. I love women.
yeah.
He was like, I mean, the surfboard ain't really attached. You know what I'm saying? So like
Like
he's
his
making that
priorities
clear.
were hilarious.
Yeah, no, like some of his stuff was cool. I expected a little more funny. but some of his stuff was solid. But I love the use of him. Like for him to be the person who like connects with that Silver Surfer, like that made sense.
He
You
looked
know?
good too when he was on fire.
No, he did.
Yeah.
He did.
And that's the thing. Like, I think that, like Brandon said, this movie visually was beautiful.
Yeah,
Like they nailed the visuals, and I think that they understand how important that is to us.
absolutely.
And so I was worried about the thing, like visually how that was going to
Hmm.
work. I didn't love how his mouth moved. Like
Mm.
I didn't
Okay.
I
I
didn't
didn't
even
love it.
notice it.
Yeah, like it was eh.
I,
And I think
okay.
that it was minimal,
Yeah.
but I think that like his face wasn't as clean as we've seen CGI. But like he didn't have the cleanness that like Thanos had
Gotcha.
in his
Okay.
face.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you can with a Rock Man.
Yeah.
I think that honestly, when he had the beard, I think that was probably the better because
That
it
was
was
cool. That
a
was fire.
Yeah, he was killing it with the beard.
I was like, hey,
yeah.
bro,
I was like,
it's gonna be some girls gonna be like,
Oh
oh
hear
yeah,
yeah.
me out.
oh yeah,
Let me touch that rock.
Yeah,
Like, yeah.
exactly. Like you already know that's coming, bro. With the blue eyes, it's a wrap. It's a wrap.
Yeah.
But Spencer, it's funny you said that because I felt kind of the same way with Silver Surfer. Like it was when she was doing her monologue and she was talking, I was like, oh, her mouth looks a little weird. Some of these shots, but
See, she needed more.
she did need more. I will
yeah,
say every action scene, fire. Like
yeah.
every
Oh
action
yeah.
scene she was in
When
was
they let
dope.
her cook, yeah,
Yeah, when they let her cook, it was dope. Only other CGI thing I had issue with Franklin Richards. Like
there were some moments,
it was some like, okay, this is a real
uh,
baby. This isn't a real baby. Come on now.
especially when the thing was holding him. I was like,
Yeah. I was
oh,
like, bro, that baby like moving within
yeah,
his arms.
oh,
Yeah,
yikes.
like, come on, man. Like there's a barrier between these two people. Come on, man. They could have just had a regular baby there. But he probably would have got freaked out looking at the thing. So
Well, yeah,
uh
I mean, yeah, but
yeah,
that's the thing. A regular baby's gonna be
yeah.
unpredictable.
No, 100%. 100%. He probably couldn't have him that many hours. He's probably could only
Yeah.
work a certain amount of time. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah,
But yeah, okay. CGI was solid. I thought, yeah, y'all like Silver Surfer.
yeah,
I'm
for
trying to
the
think.
most part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I just said I just want to do a little more. And that Galactus looked really good.
Oh
Galactus
yeah,
looked really good.
And you got to see full body shot and everything. Like
Bro,
that looked good.
I just thought that was because for those who don't know, Galactus is one of my favorite Marvel characters. Like the hero, villain, doesn't matter. I love Galactus. His story's dope. The fact that he just eats worlds is fire. Like you just don't hear that type of villain or story in general. And the different iterations, like I feel like some of the cartoons they had him like bigger, and like
oh yeah,
his
much
machine was,
larger.
yeah, his machine was like attached to the Earth, built inside the Earth, and then, you know what I mean.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So they've done different ways to do it, but I thought he was dope. When they walked up to him the first time, I was like, oh, when he was sitting on the throne, I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
when he was in the chair, I was like, oh yeah,
yeah,
I think they got that right.
Yeah.
yeah.
I mean, it was dope. The eye color change, like him changing the color
Oh,
eyes.
I wanted more of the
Yeah,
eye color. I wanted more of the black.
Yeah, that looked good.
Yeah, that was fire. When he lifted Silver Surfer up, he was like, like look, that was fire.
I was concerned. Like what I thought they were gonna do with Galactus was like an ego situation,
Oh,
like
gotcha.
how Ego had like a regular sized form and then he was actually the planet. Like I thought
Yeah,
they were gonna do something like that.
gotcha.
But I'm glad that Galactus was just Galactus.
Yeah,
I
hundred
didn't think we
percent.
was gonna. I didn't think we was gonna see him as much as we did because we as in me, and I'd only watched the first trailer and I was like,
Same.
there's no way he's
When
like the main villain of the movie.
100%. When they said they going to see Galactus, I was like, oh, I was
Yeah,
not expecting this.
Yeah,
same. When they said, "Oh, we're going out to space to find him," I was like,
Yeah,
"Oh,
yeah. He was
all
like,
right."
you should not have came. Like that was fire. Like going through seeing a planet. I do like that though. To see him destroy a planet because that added stakes. Because if you would have just heard about it, it would have been like, all right. But you literally saw him
yeah.
destroy a
They was like,
planet.
what? They was like, what is that? And
Yeah,
then
they
Yeah,
were
you
like,
just see it just come out of it.
"Yeah, like how is Silver Surfer on the inside?" And then yeah, it
yeah.
like, "Oh,
Yeah, you just punched through that thing. I was like, oh, and it's like, what do you say, 13% bigger than Earth? I was like,
yeah."
oh, snap.
Yeah,
And I was also worried because I thought the machine was Galactus because you
Yeah,
remember he was just a cloud in a
yeah,
movie, and so I was like, okay, so he's just a machine mouth. That's
hmm,
great. Like
yeah,
I was worried, but then when they got
yeah,
on there and saw, it, I was like, okay,
yeah,
my apologies.
yeah. Which makes sense. You didn't watch the trailer because they have him in the trailer. Well, they have his shadow in the trailer
Okay.
of comic accurate. You're like, but that makes sense. If you haven't seen that, then you're like, I don't know, because this ship looks different in every iteration, so you never know what it is.
Yeah. Jordan.
Oh wait, one last thing too. I kind of wanted Herbie to talk a little bit. I wanted to know what Herbie was talking because
Yeah.
when he saw Galactus, like,
Oh, I know he said, he was like,
he's like, oh
the
shit.
fuck?
He closed that thing down real
Bro,
fast.
real quick, bro. You got up out
Yes,
of
I
there.
kind of wanted to hear Herbie talk a little bit instead of
Same.
like the beeps and the boops, but
He
Same.
absolutely beeped the fuck
Yeah.
he
before
dropped
he
a couple.
locked it down.
He dropped a
Yeah.
couple terabytes
He
on the
was
floor,
singing
huh?
nursery rhymes, and he's like, whoa, whoa, whoa.
Yeah, that was kind of like you see his little hand do it
Yeah.
like a little nursery rhyme.
Yeah.
That was
That was
great.
fire.
Jordan, thoughts on the movie generally?
Yeah, so I mean, the more I've been kind of talking about it, when I first initially walked out of it, I was like, that was all right. Like it was cool. It was I think they did a good job. Honestly, I think they did a good job introducing the Fantastic Four. But like the more I've been talking about, it, I was like, you know what? That was actually a pretty good movie. Like my number has grown since talking about it more and more people. Um, and I mean, we've been talking about it, so yeah, I really enjoyed it, and I think I'm going to enjoy it the more and more I talk about it with other people, and like once more and more people start seeing it, I think it's going to be really good. I think this is a good first step for Phase Six.
Mm.
I see what you did
I
there.
see what you did there. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, you see, huh?
So, they let us know from jump we're on Earth 828, and
Hmm.
I'm glad. I
Yeah.
needed that.
Yeah, because I've been talking with people, and from the first trailer, I thought this was just like a past story.
Hmm.
I didn't realize that they were going to be on another dimension. Oh, not dimension, but another.
Or, yeah.
Yeah, another Earth. So yeah, I'm happy they did kind of separate that.
And I like they didn't tell us what year. It's just you're on another
Yeah,
Earth.
Yeah, I'm if I was gonna shoot in the dark, I what year did the Fantastic Four come out? I want to say 64.
60s.
yeah.
Yeah.
But this was like a
So,
futuristic '60s.
That's what I'm saying.
oh
That's
yeah,
what it was like. That
I
could
mean,
be.
but it was a retrofuturism situation, but
Yeah.
it looked like the fashion and the cars and
Yeah.
the TVs and all that was very late 50s, early 60s, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Only
And
thing
so
that
it felt to me like it was the 60s, but because Reed is there, it was an advanced 60s.
okay,
Mm.
that's fair. What movie would at the end had the Fantastic Car kind of flying through? Because that basically, I thought that was going to be like part of the end trailer or the end credit scene. Like we see them going into the 616.
Oh,
Um,
you talking about the Thunderbolts?
was that Thunderbolts where you see
When
it
they're
at
at
the
the
end?
ship?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
the end of Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So I thought that is where the end credit scene would like pick up from.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people thought so too. But now, we'll talk about it with the Doom situation. But yeah.
Okay.
Um, but yeah.
So yeah, they tell us immediately, hey, we're on a different Earth. Now, we find out pretty immediately that Sue figures out that she's pregnant.
Yeah.
And that's who I'm surprised we got in this movie.
Hmm.
So I would like to open up a teaching moment for Franklin Richards, because as Jordan said, there are probably a lot of people who are not familiar. Even there are even Fantastic Four people who may not be familiar, people who watched the, travesty of movies before. And of course, they have no idea what the deal is with Franklin Richards. And of course, we know Franklin Richards because, what is about to be talked about. So if we just talk about him just real quick.
So yeah, Franklin Richards, Franklin Benjamin Richards, by the way, he actually has a nickname now these days. It goes by Powerhouse. He was created by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby. Rest in peace to them. In first appearance, Fantastic Four, annual number 6 in August of 1968. So yeah, he is the oldest child of Frank and Sue. Also, they have another child who we did not see in this, named Valeria.
Reed and Sue.
Yeah, what did I say?
You said Frank and Sue.
Oh, yeah, my bad. This ain't that type of relationship.
That's
Uh,
why I wanted to clear. That's why I wanted to clear that up.
Yeah.
so yeah, he's the firstborn of Reed and Sue. He also is probably the top 5 most powerful characters in Marvel Comics.
Hmm.
I mean, his powers are just insane.
He's got all of them.
Yeah,
And
literally.
That's why we know who he is, because he is regarded as one of the most powerful beings in the Marvel universe.
Facts.
Like the fact that Galactus was like, yeah, that baby can replace me, like
Yeah.
that should speak to what
My
we're
boy
dealing with.
Scanners was like, whip, right on
Yep,
her
right
stomach.
there.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. One fun fact about Franklin too, he was actually the Agatha Harkness was actually his babysitter, which is kind of funny.
Mm.
But yeah, some of his powers. I mean, the reason why he is so powerful, he has reality warping powers, so he can bend reality on a multiverse scale, basically. He
And
can
that's without like limitation. Like because Scarlet Witch got limitations. Like he does not. He can do what he
yes.
Right.
wants. Straight
Uh,
up.
Cosmic creation. He can see the future and everything. Immortal, telepathy, telekinesis, like all the major stuff. Um, that is why he was such a threat to Galactus, because Galactus can foresee basically the type of power that he has. So yeah, Franklin is definitely top five most powerful characters in Marvel Comics.
Franklin is like one of those few Marvel characters that kind of creep me out, low key, because like I remember the comic books, like even in the '60s, like Sue is like she's like taking care of the baby. She leaves for a sec, comes back. He's a grown man,
Yeah.
like you know what I mean, who's warping realities, like building like solar systems, like casually. Doesn't even know he's doing it, like just on some casual stuff. You know what I mean? So he was one of those that like, ugh, one of the OP, one of the few like OP people they have in Marvel.
Yeah,
Yeah. Because that was my thought. I was like, as far as scaling, like his parents are weak as fuck
Oh yeah,
compared to him.
like literally can kill or bring them back at any point.
Yeah, like his parents are like they're street level
Yeah,
and he's beyond cosmic.
right.
And I was like, so how they end up his parents, but
Yeah,
the cosmic rays and all that. And of course, the Fantastic Four gotta have something.
yeah, 100%.
But
yeah. And I will say one last thing about Franklin. He is predicted, just 'cause I just saw this, but he is predicted to outlive everyone in the entire universe, and he will be the one who replaces the one above all, which is Marvel's basically God character, like true God character. So
Yeah,
he's supposed to replace him.
which Marvel's like hierarchy is kind of weird. I was looking at it not too long ago, like Living Tribunal, like the Trinity, like
I say
like the
Eternity's up there.
Eternity.
And I think they just had a whole comic series or one or limited series to
Mhm.
kind of discuss that whole entire hierarchy of the cosmos.
Yeah, because like Celestials are like a little bit lower, but right there, you know what I mean. And then the one above all is like right there, so it's kind of hard. But yeah, basically Franklin's in the room with all them.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that's how big of a deal he is.
Again, like Jordan said, like top five easily, like up there with
Absolutely.
the Beyonder and like the
Yeah.
characters that shouldn't be discussed lightly, like
Yeah.
characters that we shouldn't just be seeing walking around, like characters that exist in the cloud.
Absolutely. And like I know there's a Jordan like in there's a mutant who's like his powers is to negate other mutants' powers. I think he's like
Yeah, Bleach.
Leech, yeah. And apparently like yeah, like the Fantastic Four like had Leech around. You know what I mean, for a little bit when he was little, just to negate any
Yeah,
problems.
and according to this too, it says in recent years, Marvel kind of basically had to depower Franklin a little bit
Yeah.
to like make stories more grounded. Because yeah, once you start introducing someone who can change our reality, like, well, why don't he just do everything?
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
just delete delete a reality, create a different one over here.
Yeah, like he's one of those characters, like he's so powerful that he can't get involved.
Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, the story that like, what are we doing?
Yeah, exactly. Nothing makes sense if he's involved.
Yeah, so I imagine like he ended up just having to be like a watcher type character, like just
Yeah.
staying in the background unless shit got real bad.
Hmm.
But that has been a teaching moment. And so we see that the Fantastic Four, they're celebrities. Everybody loves them. They're wonderful. We see them, defeating people. And we see some of the, you know, people that they defeat. I imagine these are actual Fantastic Four villains.
Yeah. I think
Lame as
they're
hell, but yeah.
yeah, I think it was like all them old classic
Yeah,
characters.
like the
Yeah.
ones from the 60s that we don't
Yep.
see anymore.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Brandon, I did want to ask, is Mole Man a real character in the comic books?
Yes, he's OG. He's like I don't want to say this Joker to the Fantastic Four because that's more Galactus, but like, yeah, he's
I'd
from
say
day one.
Doom is probably their Joker.
Yeah, sure, yeah. But he's like day one. He was in the first comic in 1961, Fantastic Four. Like, he's one of the OGs.
Okay, because I absolutely was like, okay, so we're just borrowing in a circle.
Yeah, it was the other way around essentially.
Okay,
Yeah,
because yeah, I was like, those are the Underminers from The
yeah,
Incredibles. That's what this is.
yeah.
Also, speaking, Brandon mentioned like the OG day one. You actually got to see the big monster that the Fantastic Four are
Yep,
fighting. That is actually on the cover of the first Fantastic Four movie.
yep,
First Fantastic Four comic.
yep.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
And there was another villain they named that I had heard before, but
Hmm.
it was Red something.
I
I want to
I
say.
heard Red too, but I would that would be one of the ones I would have to like go back and watch and then like pause, see who they said, go look up that character, see if I recognize them.
Yeah, they don't have a deep bag of villains.
Yeah, I
Well,
agree.
Heavily leans on Doom.
well, yeah, I feel like their villains are like the big one. So Galactus, the Skrulls,
Right.
Kang, like they have pretty
Yeah, and they
heavy
got like
hitter villains.
Annihilus, like
Yeah, exactly.
a lot of the cosmic stuff is like
Yeah.
their rogues.
I think maybe Red Ghost. I think that's what it was.
Hmm.
Red
I think
Ghost.
that's right.
I don't even recognize that's some old characters.
Yeah, like them way back.
Yeah.
Hmm.
But yeah, like the Fantastic Four, their villain roster is actually made up of pretty heavy hitters.
Yeah.
I know the Mad Thinker is a
Yeah.
real,
Oh, that was one of them. I do. Yeah,
Yep,
that
that
was
was
when
one
they
of the
said,
thinker.
yeah.
but anyway, we see that like everybody loves them. They're great. They do, they're loved by the public. Sue is like holding diplomacy
Hmm.
across the world. And you'll notice in
Yeah,
all those meetings, one of them seats was empty.
absolutely.
See the Latveria sign?
That's the
That
deal.
that
Yeah.
that
Yeah.
Latvian seat didn't have nobody in it.
And I thought the
Hmm.
black people was Wakandans, but they probably wasn't.
No.
Yeah, since this is the 60s, Wakanda may not be.
Yeah.
We may not know about that yet. I don't
Yeah.
know. Or they may have made a conscious decision. Hey, we're not even going.
Or this is a complete different Earth, and maybe Wakanda did come out, but I don't know. Yeah,
Yeah, we don't.
my mind made that up.
Yeah,
I
we
will
don't.
say
We don't know.
the only just to bring us back just a sec. The pregnant once they announced the pregnancy to the team, well, didn't announce it, but the fact that Ben read it, I thought that was dope.
I
thought
did
that
too.
was
Yeah.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ben was just looking at her like,
Yeah, he's like,
yeah,
Yeah.
you're pregnant, aren't you?
you're
Yeah.
pregnant, aren't you?
I really like that scene. That was dope.
Yeah, I agree. So, and of course, Reed is like, this baby could come out with anything based on
Yeah,
what happened
facts.
to us.
Hmm.
We've been trying to get pregnant. I thought that the cosmic rays just sterilized us both. I had no idea this was happening.
Yeah.
So yeah, Reed is like, no, we gonna test this
Yeah.
because
Exactly.
and I was 100% I agreed because there was one
100%.
point Sue was like, you've run all the tests. There's nothing wrong. No, I
Yeah.
haven't run this one.
Exactly. Yeah.
So no, every test I can come up, we gonna run it.
Absolutely. Like you don't know. Like you don't know.
You
Like
don't know.
trying to act like that baby's just straight up normal is weird.
Yeah, and I understand wanting to trust the process. Yeah, I understand. No, we running these tests.
Yeah, 100%.
So yeah, I was 100% with Reed on that.
Hmm.
We going every test I can come up with that don't hurt nobody, we're doing it.
Now,
All of them.
okay, I'll wait till we get there because it's that ultimatum, the Galactic. I already know where y'all would have did. So
No,
We'll talk about it. No, we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
No, we will talk about it when we get there.
Because
Because I knew it was gonna
It
come
was
up.
bad plan, also, in my opinion.
no,
I
I
knew
already
it
know
was
how
gonna
y'all.
come up, so we're gonna talk about it.
Yeah.
But because yeah, we're gonna talk about it. So Silver Surfer shows up and does an Ebony Maw style speech.
Yeah.
Like, rejoice and celebrate
Right.
as you
Your
are about
demise.
to be devoured. You
Yeah.
have been chosen to be the next meal for the great Galactus. Like
Yeah.
she monologues.
She
Thing
did.
was like, what's a Galactus?
Right.
Yeah. And they put her on all the screens.
Oh, the Fantastic Car, that looked fire. I ain't even gonna lie.
Oh
I
yeah, that
was
was
like, I
dope.
might need to give me an action figure of that or something
Yeah,
because
that was
I was
fire.
like, that Fantastic Car looked good.
It did.
I was like, also, I was like, when they was using it for wheels, like towards the end, I'm like, why are we using wheels? Like, there's absolutely no
Yeah.
reason I'm using
Yeah,
wheels on
no.
that thing.
Because like you're evading shit on the ground. Just pick it up.
Yeah,
Wow.
exactly.
I said the same thing. I was like, why are you driving around obstacles? What are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Like, yeah, that was anyway. Um, she arrives, and so Jordan, you need a white Mr. Fantastic. How'd you feel about the Silver Surfer?
Um, I actually didn't. Well, I didn't mind. This isn't the Silver Surfer that we all know, Norn Rad. So I was kind of fine that this was a different Silver Surfer. I actually didn't mind. Is Julia Gardner? Jennifer Gardner? What's her name again?
Julia, I want to say.
I think Julia. Yeah. I actually didn't mind. I didn't mind this at all. Again, I know that this isn't Norn Rad, and it's a whole different universe too. So I kept that in mind too.
Okay, so it
Didn't
being a
mind.
different universe, Reed still need to be white
Oh yeah.
in
Mm.
all the
Different. Yeah,
universes.
yeah. All universes. I need
White
Reed
is
right.
right, no matter the universe, for sure.
That is
Yeah,
right.
yeah. Eh,
Now just imagine you saw Batman as like some Chinese dude.
If see that with Batman,
No, always
he's
different, no matter what the universe is.
yeah, he's got to be white so the cops know he's white.
Yeah.
Okay, so if Chinese Batman on Earth, 444 is
If he's in China, that's fine because
Yeah.
the
He's
police know he's Chinese. But Batman got to
right.
be white because the police have to see that he's white so that they can handle it appropriately.
Okay, so if Michael B. Jordan's Black Superman pulled up, we saw that movie. How'd y'all would have
I would have been pissed.
felt? Okay, I'm happy they scrapped that idea. By the way,
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, no thanks. I don't need it.
I'm just saying. No black person asked for that.
Yeah, I'm good. But I'm fine with they've made Zod black in a couple things. Not mad about it.
Yeah.
I don't love it, but I'm not mad about it. Anyway, she arrives and she's like, "Hey, everybody, kiss your families, do what you need, get your affairs in order, because we're done here."
Yeah.
And she leaves. She dips out, and Johnny's like, let me go see what that's about."
Yeah.
So Johnny tries to talk to her. He grabs the board. She, whispers sweet nothings into his ears, and then he falls to earth.
pulled a Lion King on him.
Yeah. And yeah, that's when he's like, I love space, I love women, she's both,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna need that. Like
Mm-hmm.
he basically was like, she's the only woman I found interesting. Because Sue was like, hey guys, Johnny is very single.
Very
And I
simple.
was like, oh, so that means like, because usually they have to like hose him off
Yeah.
from being out here. But in this movie, it felt more like he was like girls were trying to get to him, and he was like, I mean,
I'm not
eh.
interested. Yeah.
But then for him to say, I love women, I was like, do you?
Yeah.
Because the Johnnies that I've seen be hoeing.
Oh,
You thought this was a 2025 Johnny, huh?
Mhm.
Yeah, like in this, I mean, yeah, in the 60s, maybe, yeah, he kept it a little tighter, but I think it was more of a I haven't found the right one
Yeah.
situation. So, this silver lady might have been like, he was like, that board, does that come off?
Yeah, and she's naked too.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Reed was like, that's probably like a polymer. I
Yeah.
don't think it's just nudity.
Yeah.
But anyway. So Reed is like, let me look into this. So he starts looking into the surfer and he starts looking into planets that have disappeared. And he's like, yeah, the surfer been to every single one of them. So she was not playing around. Like this is what we're doing.
Mm-hmm.
So the Fantastic Four is like, all right, let's go talk to him. If we go up there and talk to him, maybe we can stop this from happening. Everybody on Earth is on board.
Yeah.
They're like, yes, let's go, let's do this. Sue is very pregnant.
Yeah.
And they're like, no, we got stuff to do. So
I
they
feel like
go.
she shouldn't have went. If I'm Reed, I'm like, yo, You kind of far. You might need to
Yeah,
sit this one out. Like, just hold it down.
I
true.
agree. Because I would have been in a situation like, hey, if we don't make it back,
Hmm.
like you and the baby, y'all. But also, if the planet gonna be destroyed anyway, like, I don't know.
I mean, they did need her to get
She did need to
out
be
from.
there for the plot.
Yeah,
Like, with if she wasn't there, the movie wouldn't have. Like, we needed the movie to happen,
yeah.
so she did have to go.
Hmm.
I didn't know she would be as like I didn't know she would be drop the baby pregnant. Like she'd be deliver pregnant.
Yeah. I
I
mean,
assumed.
I felt like, did Galactus move her
I think
towards
she. I think
contractions?
so because I was
Yeah.
like, when she left, like she was pregnant, yes, but I feel like
Oh, so
she
you
wasn't
think
about to pop
Galactus
pregnant.
induced labor?
Yes,
I
because
think so.
his
Yes.
eyes literally he leaned towards her, his eyes changed, and she immediately was like, "The baby's coming, the baby's coming." You
Yeah.
know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. And yeah. Okay. That's probably what happened. Because that is how that happened. He looked at her real quick, and
Yeah,
then bam, we're in like water broke.
yeah, exactly. Because she said something crazy to him. He's like, "Oh, really? Oh, okay."
So yeah, and I'm sure he was like, yeah, no, we can deliver. Like you can give them to me right now.
Yeah,
Like you're already
exactly,
here, so
exactly.
we need to wait.
Mm-hmm.
Just go ahead and yeah, you can give birth to him right now.
Right now.
So they arrive to a planet and they're like, oh, Silver Surfer's in the middle. Like, how's she on the inside of the planet? Planet just starts, again getting devoured.
Yeah,
And one of the things that I liked that Sue could do was turn the whole ship invisible.
yeah.
I'm
I
happy
like
they didn't
that.
make her. I mean, I'm happy they didn't make her weak. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah, same.
I'm
she
happy
she got a
they
lot
didn't.
done
She got a
Yes.
lot
in this
done.
movie.
She probably got the most
Oh yeah.
power wise, other than Johnny Storm, the most like spotlight of powers.
Does Johnny's ability usually come with being able to absorb fire?
I didn't think so,
I didn't
but I
either.
also don't know.
Okay,
That
because
was
I
dope.
didn't. Yeah,
That was
I
dope when he did it.
I didn't think so either. Like I thought that like Pyro could do that, but I didn't think Human Torch could.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that one might be some like maybe some deep, Fantastic Four fan. That might be something they know.
yeah,
But I feel like I'm very surface level on Fantastic Four, and I did not know that.
Yeah, and yeah, it was like again beautifully done.
mm-hmm,
But yeah, I her power felt more like telekinesis than force fields,
mm-hmm,
but that's fine. Uh, I think it worked, and it probably saved on some budget because they just had to like make some like wavelengths in the air as opposed to
yeah,
like actually creating walls that you could only kind of see.
yeah,
So I think that but her power felt more like telekinesis than force fields. Like anybody who doesn't know Fantastic Four doesn't know that her power is creating force fields. They
true,
think she's telekinetic.
yeah. And I will say I did like the visually the way they did it, just because her powers can get silly looking.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The cartoons and things of that nature, it can get real silly. But yeah,
So, speaking of that again, the way they handled Clobber in time, I thought was great. They made like a little Fantastic Four cartoon,
yeah,
and dude was saying it in there. And so when he'd be walking on the streets, very New York, very like, "Hey, say the thing.
yeah,
Everybody
Hey,
was like, do the roar.
like, hey, what time is it?" He's like, "Guys, I don't
yeah.
do
It's a
that.
cartoon thing.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, it's just a cartoon.
That's just
Yeah,
for the cartoon. I don't do that." And when he met Natasha Lyonne, I was like, "Oh, look at Natasha looking like Daphne."
I
I
wonder
barely
what.
recognized her for a sec.
I wonder why they didn't introduce her, Alicia Masters.
That's what I
Apparent,
thought. I was like, why is that not Alicia?
okay,
But
who
also,
is
Alicia is blind, so
that's
maybe
true.
that's why.
Who
But
is
you
it?
can. That's casted. Go ahead, Brandon.
No, I was just wondering. In Masters, isn't she related to somebody? In like her dad?
Yes, she is related to, I think, Taskmaster, because I think his last name is Masters as well.
It's something like that. I remember he was. It was something like that. But I'm assuming, yeah, she gonna be on like the next relationship, maybe.
Yeah, I wonder why they didn't. Because one, if they were trying to, check a box,
Yeah,
they could have cast someone who's actually blind, and they could have had that relationship going. Because I mean, that's everyone knows Alicia is his
yeah,
girl.
Yeah,
yeah,
same. Like when she wasn't Alicia, I was like, "What the fuck is this?"
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if it's the next relationship. I'm wondering.
Yeah, maybe. But Yeah, she was very New York to include in the
She
movie.
was. Yeah, she definitely was. Um, I didn't love the way the Galactus ate that world. I guess he just broke right through it,
Yeah.
but it wasn't like a absorb, destroy type situation. Because
So what I
usually,
thought happened, he broke through it and then like vacuumed it in. Because if you look when they're walking
yeah,
inside of the ship, you see like
yeah,
the stuff in the background like going in.
I did like that. I did like that it looked like this was a machine made to, you know, process. This is a whole organization. You know what I mean? I like that. I did like that part.
So yeah, he destroys that planet and then gets tractor beam or the Fantastic Four get tractor beamed,
Yeah,
and Silver Surfer is like, "You should not have come here.
exactly. Like the way she
Come to
pulled up,
beg for mercy."
the way she pulled up in a ship, I was like,
Oh yeah, she just
dang.
like phased through that thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
she's just like, yeah, I'm gonna
and
just drop on in here.
they let us know early that Fantastic Four or that Silver Surfer could phase because
She phased
like
through them helicopters.
Yeah,
yeah, like there's like a slow motion scene where they're like, just so you know,
yeah,
like that's one of the powers.
yeah. The way she dropped in was just so cold. I was like, damn.
And that's the thing, like, that you have to do that with Silver Surfer because
Yeah.
that's one thing in the like '07 Fantastic
Hmm.
Four like the way that Silver Surfer would just pop in,
Yeah, that was fire.
like uh Invisible Woman would like put up a force field and he just go straight through it.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
you got to do that with Silver Surfer.
absolutely.
So I'm glad that she would just like, y'all can't stop me.
Right. You shouldn't have came.
Yeah, you shouldn't have come here. And
Yeah.
then they make it a point to be like, hey Johnny, you can't be on fire because it's going to consume all your oxygen.
Hmm.
Also, so were all of their clothes at all like they only wore special made clothes. Like every article of clothing they ever wore was special made because Johnny burst into flames several times. Clothes were fine.
Yeah.
The thing, I know suit like clothes shopping for him is awful because you know how hard it is to find like shirts with big ass wrists.
But it's
Yeah.
like once you make it though, Reed can do whatever, throw a couple polymers in there or whatever you want to call it, and he can make it work.
So yeah,
Yeah.
I like all their clothes had to be special made, all of them,
Oh
because
yeah.
Reed had clothes stretching with him,
Yeah.
like how your suit arms stretch like. So yeah, every article of clothing they wore had to be specially made.
Yeah. If Reed made it, he thought about all that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Also, I cannot wait till we get to the point where Galactus pulls Reed apart because I had a problem with that.
Okay, so they Silver Surfer and Johnny talk a little bit, and he uses that to, eventually get her language together. Because he's like, hey, what did you say to me?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he recorded it, and yeah, he works through that. And they meet Galactus, and yeah, Galactus, again, like seeing him, I was like, oh, yeah,
Yeah.
that's one thing they absolutely got right.
Hmm.
So we see him, and he's basically like, I have an insatiable hunger. Like I must feed.
Yep.
And this is a curse that was thrust upon me. I have fed for eons and eons, and I'll make you a deal. Give me that baby,
Yep.
and I will, and he will replace me as the devourer of worlds. And yeah, Fantastic Four is like, well, absolutely not.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, let's go ahead and we'll get him out of there. Then we can talk about it.
Right.
So she goes into labor. They start like Johnny starts, fucking up his tubes,
Yeah.
um, that connect to him, and yeah, they are able to get back to their ship. Silver Surfer gives chase, and they go into hyperspace basically. And Silver Surfer's like, "Oh, okay,"
Yeah.
and meets them there.
That was
Yeah.
tough.
And then he was like, I can't shoot her because it's bending the lasers. Like,
Hmm.
we're moving too fast. And eventually he figures it out. They're not able to shake her. And Reed is like, you need to find a big ass black hole.
Yep.
Like a big ass black hole. And we will use time dilation. So we get her in there, and it'll take her a while to get out. She will get out, but it's going to take her a minute. And they were like, yeah, but we have no juice to get back home. We're going to use the gravity of the black hole to slingshot ourselves back home.
Yeah.
So they used some science.
I like that she made the ship go invisible. So then she thought it was still on there.
Yeah,
I
that
was like,
was
that was smart.
that was really. I love how they did that because I was
Yeah.
thinking like, how the hell are they going to do this?
Yeah.
So yeah, but she was also in labor.
Yeah.
So the fact that Reed, and that was again a very Reed thing to do, be like, hey, babe, I need you to make the ship invisible.
Exactly. Like, just
I'm
for
gonna
a
let you
second.
have your little contraction first, but I'm gonna need you
Yeah.
to go ahead and make the ship invisible. Yeah,
Yeah.
like I'm gonna need you to pull your weight
Yep.
in this situation. So she has a contraction. She makes the ship invisible. They maneuver, and yeah, great plan. All made. I
Hmm.
was like, that was really good.
Yeah.
So, um, they and we see her like get kind of like sucked into the black hole. Like we see what a
Yeah.
black hole does.
Hmm.
And I was like, visually, that was really nice.
Bro, was that look like a comic book? I was like, I feel like I've seen this in a comic, like when she was stretched and you could still see her all like the everything stretched, and I was like, and the board and everything. I was like, yeah, that looks like a comic book, but I couldn't remember. But that looked really good.
Yeah.
It reminded me a little bit when was it Thanos did like the reality was it reality stone or when remember when he was fighting against uh what's the leader of the Guardians name again?
Star-Lord.
Yeah, like that whole Star-Lord stuff. Like for some reason it reminded me of that when like he would like shoot and like turn in like bubbles or
Oh
like the
yeah,
silly
yeah.
string stuff. Like that's what it reminded me of a little bit when I saw that.
Hmm.
Okay, because spaghettification is what will happen if you end up in a black hole. Like you'll get
Yeah,
stretched to the point where you just get loose.
yeah,
Um, but they're able to do that. They arrive back at Earth, and they're like, "Hey, there's a hot mic."
yeah.
And Reed is like, "I
I
don't,
got enough for you.
I don't have a statement prepared."
Yeah,
Oh, I will say I leaned over to my wife when Sue had that baby. I was like, you know, it's probably disgusting in there.
Oh, yes. She absolutely delivers the baby. And I leaned over to Juice Man. I was like, can we hose that baby off first?
Yeah, I was like, it's probably real gross off in there.
bro.
Because
They
also,
probably got kits and stuff in there.
yeah, they have to have been ready for her to give birth on.
Yeah,
I don't think so because how would they have known she was going to give birth if Galactus? Because Galactus is the one that, in my
I mean
opinion,
he
pushed her
did, but
forward.
you
They
just don't
didn't,
know how long you're gonna be out there,
like I
I
said,
guess
they
that's
didn't
true
know how
too.
long they were going to be. So
and
that's,
True
time is
too. Yeah.
different. You know what I mean?
yeah. So, because they were gone for a month and she was good and pregnant when they left.
Yeah,
But yeah, I was like, yeah, the afterbirth.
Yeah, I was
What are
like,
we
that'd have
doing
been
with that?
you
gross.
know what?
It's just floating.
If they were going a month, did Galactus really do it then?
Galactus definitely did it.
I mean, I think he
I
did. I think he did too. But like, time works different when you're traveling that fast. Maybe.
I mean, she had the baby like while leaving. I can see if like it was on her way back, but like she was in hyperspeed and
Okay. I mean, I do think Galactus did it, but yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and I'd have to see that part again, but yeah, like it makes based on how it shook out, it makes sense that Galactus did it.
yeah,
But yeah, so yeah, they get back to Earth. There's a hot mic, and Reed is like, we did not defeat Galactus
right.
because he made a deal that we had to refuse." I was like, "Well, what was the deal?" Uh, he wanted this baby.
You could tell everybody else on the team was like, "Why did you say that?"
I was like, "Why would you say that?"
Yeah,
So, Brandon, we're here. Let's talk about it.
I already know, bro. You ain't
No, no,
even
no.
gotta tell me. I
I
know how
want to
y'all move.
know. I want to know what you would do because this is kind of the opposite of a situation where we would normally discuss. So, Brandon, you are told that you have to give up your child to save the Earth, or that's the option you are given. What are you
Mhm.
doing in that situation?
I, as a genius who has probably saved the world before, I'm.
Genius.
What do you mean? Reed Richards is a genius.
Oh, I thought we were talking about from the perspective of Brandon, not Reed.
Oh no! If I'm Reed Richards in this situation, I do the same thing Reed Richards did. I buy myself more time and figure it out.
Okay. I would not give up the baby.
I wouldn't either.
Ooh.
I wouldn't either.
Oh wow, y'all are
Not my child. Yeah, I'm sorry.
look at y'all.
No, Brandon, shut up. Because
Look at y'all growing.
what you would like normally in this situation, you would have chosen to save the people. That's
Yeah.
why I
Right.
said this situation is very opposite. So if it's a situation where you're not a Reed Richards style genius, then would you have made the same decision?
I mean, that's different.
That's why I'm asking.
Right. So
I
what does
mean,
Brandon do
I feel like no, I wouldn't give up my child. No.
for the
Okay.
world? For the world, huh?
But I would
Because you have called me and Jordan selfish for the decisions that we would have
because y'all
made
make some
in a lot of
very
cases.
suspect ass decisions. In Transformers, y'all were like, yeah, give up the nigga. Like, you know what I mean? Like, yo, sacrifice the human. Like, every situation we've been in this case, you have always chosen the one over the many. Every
Because
single
they
time.
was never related like this.
And
No, I'm
this
saying,
is choosing the one over the many.
I'm saying, but usually y'all are like, without a doubt, someone is going to die. And I'm going to make sure one person dies instead of everybody. And that's always been y'all's way every single time.
That's what this is.
I know,
Like,
but I'm saying that's why it surprises me that like y'all wouldn't just be like, ah, baby, just gonna have to like. It surprised me that y'all weren't just like,
no, that's the thing. Choosing the baby is the selfish choice
maybe.
because you are
Yeah, it
choosing to
is
save one person that you
over a
are,
billion.
related to
Oh, I'm sorry.
over
Okay,
the
I got that
earth.
wrong. Y'all usually pick the many over the few. Like, so y'all usually will just be like, all right, like I'm gonna just toss him Franklin and just be like, all right, we all good now, and just live with it. Where me, I'm usually like, no, let's not do that. Let's save everybody if we can. Where y'all are like, somebody gotta die. At least it's just one
I think
person.
if it wasn't my kid, I'd be like, oh yeah, that baby gotta die.
See, thank you. That's
But
Jordan.
this
Thank
is my kid. Nah, that baby ain't dying.
you.
Spencer, your mic
So
doing the thing again.
your proximity to the child is what
Yes.
decides.
Yeah. Maybe
Okay.
if it was like a niece or nephew, I ain't gonna lie.
Well,
The thing might that might gotta go. But if it's my child,
Gee,
again,
bro.
that's why, like, usually the selfish choice is the one that's made. But yeah, like, this is a situation where either you give him that baby or Earth gets destroyed. And that's why the entire Earth was like, y'all need to give him that baby. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. That was Supermanish. Like they flipped on them real fast, which I
no,
get.
and that's
I
one of
get.
the things they had in common was the public had an opinion, the public saw something, and then the public was like, oh, like immediately, like with the flip of a switch, they were like, oh, you're dead to me.
That's what happened to
Mm-hmm.
Superman. Like they flipped
Exactly.
super fast. I'm like,
Facts.
golly.
They flipped immediately. And yeah, the same thing happened. But in this case, I
I get it in this
I
case.
more understand it because
Yeah,
I'm like,
Superman's thing was like, okay, he said he was gonna do bad, but he ain't done it yet. So, we might be good. But in this case, we like, oh, the Earth gonna die? Yeah, you gotta give up that baby.
yeah, because yeah, in Superman's case, it was, yeah, your parents sent you here for world domination, but you haven't done that. Like you
Yeah.
have shown us that that's not what you're doing.
Right.
So I'm gonna give you the benefit of the doubt until you give us a reason not to. In this case, no, he said it's the baby or Earth, and y'all are back here with that baby. That means you chose that baby over Earth. Because dude said, are we safe? And Reed was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And again, I'm like, Reed, why would you say that?
Same. That's why I don't agree with.
Like, Reed, nah, ain't nobody's goddamn business.
He's like, keep more. Yeah, I'm
I'm
not
like,
saying
we
nothing.
didn't find him. I'd
We
have
would have,
lied to them so fast.
yeah, we would have kept that in the house.
Absolutely.
But yeah, because yeah, I wouldn't have brought up the deal. Yeah, none of that. I
Mm-mm.
would have said
But
we tried to negotiate with him, didn't work out.
I would say
Yeah.
we couldn't find him. And what they gonna say? Y'all lying?
That's true.
That's what I'm saying. That's
That's
why I
true.
would have said, yeah, we tried to negotiate with him, didn't work.
Yeah.
So sorry, keep coming.
Yeah.
We did the best we could. So, um, Yeah, that is, yeah, the public is like, yeah, fuck y'all. Y'all should have gave him that baby. And so Johnny and they Reed often, like we see Reed a lot of times just like disregard Johnny. Well, actually, we see the whole team do it. The whole
Yeah.
team just kind of like, Johnny, shut up.
Right.
The grown people are talking.
Yeah.
Like we see that happen to him a lot. And again, I think that it was great that they made Johnny like really useful
Yeah.
in this movie.
Which,
And
I mean, he is an astronaut. That's what I like about that. Like,
yeah,
he's not just
like
an idiot.
he is useful.
Right.
And I mean, he ain't no Reed Richards, but
Right.
He probably
nobody
smarter
is.
than a regular person.
It's
Exactly.
like nobody is Reed Richards. Like Reed Richards is number one in most cases.
Yeah.
So yeah, but Johnny starts because whenever he first said, "Hey," when he said to Sue, like she said something to me, but I don't know what it was. I leaned over to my friend and I was like, "So fucking nothing. What are we doing? Like this information is useless." What do you,
No, I thought the opposite. I was like, why aren't y'all investigating what she said?
But then, whenever he had more info, I was like, okay, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're doing something. We're making use of this. But yeah, for him to just be like, yeah, she said something, and it was an alien language, and she sounded nice, like she was kind. There was
Yeah.
kindness in her eyes.
Yeah.
Kindness and warmth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so they were like, kindness, warmth, yeah. And then what, Johnny?
Right.
Just a
That's
bunch,
all. That's all I got.
yeah, a nothing burger. And so I'm glad Johnny made something out of it. But yeah, so he starts reverse engineering the language and, actually getting to the bottom of it.
hmm
And Reed is like, all right, what are we going to do about this galactic situation? So he starts looking at it and, it's tough out here. And one of the things that happens, Reed is working on saving everybody. And Sue was like, so Herbie's in there building the crib, and I thought you were gonna do that.
Yeah.
And he was like, I mean, I'm kind of working on something important right now.
Bro, that was so petty.
From who?
Sue, bro, this man is trying to. What do you think? You think he's just twiddling his thumbs?
Yeah. Like, so he's a bad father because he's
Yeah.
not building the goddamn. Shut up.
Thank
This
you,
ain't. But this ain't his first time messing up like this.
bro. Bro, get out of my face, bro.
He spent a lot of time in the lab, man. She just wants some attention. What's wrong
Get
with
out of
you,
my
men?
face.
That's the problem with men.
I'm
bro.
trying to make sure we are not birthing the next fucking Mephisto, and you over here worried about a crib. Like, come
Worry
on,
about
man.
yeah, like the crib is getting built.
I built Kirby.
Yeah, like,
You know what I mean?
crib is
Relax.
getting built. So what are we mad about
Bro,
right
that
now?
was
Like
so.
it sounds like you mad about like what's really going on? What's really the
It-
problem?
First
Well,
of all,
that's what it's about too. It's like what's
Yes.
really going on.
also her just showing the baby to him for the first time. Now all of a sudden, it's like, what? You couldn't have did that before? Like, I was about to run a test, and you just was like, "Hey, I'll show you the baby." Oh, okay. Let me, be nice to see my baby for the first time. That was nice.
I also leaned over to my wife. I was like, that's kind of gross to see this straight see through of the baby because I don't really like. I got 2 kids, but I didn't really like touching the belly like that. It was kind of gross, feeling and all that. So I was like, to see that, I was like,
You're the
that's like
minority
gross.
there, Brody. That's
I
funny.
didn't like it. Just felt like an alien. Like it just felt gross.
Well, yeah, like before they're people, they're gross.
That'd be
Like
different if they honed in on a freaking something swimming around. Like,
like early babies, they're not great to look at. But yeah, she was kind of living on that. He's perfect. It's like, well, we got blasted with cosmic radiation. We should check.
yeah.
Because again, if he's not perfect, that ain't got nothing to do with us.
And I like that going back to Galactus was like, he's hiding it from you. Like,
Yeah.
he's hiding his. Then that was dope. Like, that shows you the level of power again.
Yeah, like he decided to be normal. That's what this is.
Exactly.
Like he didn't want to worry y'all. So yeah, he's actually the most powerful thing y'all have ever seen, and he's like, no, I'm gonna just be a normal baby for him.
Exactly. I'm turning off the alerts and all that.
Yeah. So yeah. So Sue is like, you know what? All of the hate that we are receiving from the because they'd show like Ben walking through the street and people just giving him stank eye.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I was like, this is what integration was like. Like that's what came to me. I was like, oh, this is what black children had to deal with when they integrated schools.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of angry white people mad for no real reason. Just adults in hats and coats spitting
Mhm.
on like that's yeah. So that's what it made me think of. I'm sure it didn't take a lot of people there, but
No, I was like, yeah, that one didn't cross my mind.
That didn't take
but
me there, but I get it. It's
yeah, just
accurate what you said.
yeah. So uh Sue was like, you know what? Let me take this baby outside. So she takes him outside, and I guess she's still got enough clout for everybody to shut the fuck up while she's
Bro,
talking.
I thought that too. I was like, this is quite orderly for
Yeah,
them to just,
somebody would have threw something at you.
yeah, y'all are that mad. And she just like,
Yeah,
and everybody's like, shut
no
up.
microphone or nothing. Just
Yeah.
walked
Shut the
out
fuck
there.
up, bitch.
Yeah.
I would die laughing.
Like
Yeah.
a rock would have been thrown. Come on, somebody would have tried to take that baby out.
Yeah,
Come on, man.
Yeah,
somebody would
that
have
could be a real life. Yeah.
at a minimum. Somebody would have thrown a tomato or something
Yeah.
like. But yeah, she just gets out there and just starts talking and is like, "Hey, this is Franklin. He's
Mhm.
perfect. And family is super important. You don't give up on family. We all have to work together. We all have to make sacrifices." When she was saying that, I was like, "Honey, you're talking to the wrong people about making sacrifices.
Yeah.
Like you hear yourself, right?
Mhm.
Like you're making their point." But she went on to say, I will not sacrifice this baby, but I will not sacrifice Earth either.
Yeah.
And Reed is like, that's it.
Yeah.
The lever and whatever the
Yeah.
fuck he
Move
was talking
heavens and
about.
earths.
I still didn't understand when he was saying it.
It was some principle. So yeah, he said the lever, we need a lever. So he's like, I can teleport an egg.
Yeah.
So that means I can teleport Earth.
I mean, I get what he was trying to do.
It was the SpongeBob.
We gotta do something.
It was the Patrick thing. He's like, why don't we just take the city right here and move it over here? I was like, that's
That's
literally what
literally
happened on SpongeBob.
That's what he
Yeah.
did.
Facts.
Why don't we just push the city over there? It's like, and that's the thing. That's what happened. She was
But
like,
even,
yo,
my thing too, even with that plan, I don't know. I don't still understand how Galactus still wouldn't have found the planet,
it
or
would have
Silver
just
Surfer, I should say.
it
It
would
took
have just taken
longer.
them longer. Yeah, like they would have bought themselves time, but
Yeah.
Okay.
no, it like, and as fast as Galactus was moving, and as fast as Silver Surfer can move, yeah, like it was a matter of time. Because Galactus at one point is like, I will eat Earth slowly.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I'm gonna lick
Yeah.
my fingers. Like, yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
enjoy that.
Yeah, if you don't give me that baby, I'm gonna take my time.
Yep.
And I was like, don't forget, he's a villain.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, Reed is like, we'll just teleport Earth to a different solar system and everything will be fine. So he's like, and so she goes to the UN and is like, hey, everybody, and I mean everybody,
Mm-hmm.
participate.
Yeah.
Everybody build your teleportation bridge. Everybody turn your lights off after 7.
I got a problem with that.
I knew you would. Bro, when I saw that, I was like, Jordan gonna hate this.
Because just think about it though. Okay, yes, probably 90% of the world is going to participate with all the lights off thing. But some of these people is going to start rioting. It's going to be real bad. It's dark everywhere. Like people is going to be looting stuff. Like I'm like,
Well, that's the thing.
I don't get it.
The Fantastic Four has created a utopia
They got
where
cachet.
yeah, like there's no like they have that level of planetary influence in
So,
this world.
so you don't think people is still robbing people?
I
I
mean,
mean,
Because
there
they said
probably
they had
would have
gangs. They said they had the gangs. Remember that's why the police thing was sent out. So I'm
there
like,
would have been, but I don't. I think that crime was just happening at its own rate. Like I don't know that this. I don't know if this canceled crime because criminals were also like, "Hey, we have to save the
thank you.
Earth in order
That's what
to
I
do
thought.
more crime."
yeah,
Yeah.
but some people gonna be like, I don't care. Earth is gonna probably die anyway, so I'm gonna just do what I
Because
want to do.
yeah, one of the things they said was the Galactus cult has,
Yeah.
started doing this. And I was like, of course, that's how that would go.
That's
But
absolutely how it would go.
yeah, he says, yeah, we have to conserve on a scale that has never been accomplished before. And yeah, I also was like, I'd be surprised at the level of cooperation.
Yeah, for sure.
However, this is for saving the Earth. Like, so I think that the world that the Fantastic Four has built and the influence that they have over the entire planet, the fact that Sue can stand in front of every country on Earth and say, "Hey, this is what we're doing." Like she has brokered peace worldwide. I think that large scale, this is how that would go. And it might be a situation where like they don't give people a choice. Like they like the city turns the power off. It's not
Yeah,
that people are turning their lights off, is that they shut the power grid down.
true.
So you don't have power.
Yeah, but like, what about these little countries? I guess they wouldn't have power either way. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I thought of a black person, you know what I mean? We stubborn as hell. We in the room like, man, you ain't about to tell me what to turn my damn lights off.
I pay these light bills.
Yeah, exactly. Like there's one out there, but I think most people would be like, hey, like,
And again, like somebody could try to turn their lights on and the city has cut it off. Like so you
true.
can't turn lights on.
Yeah, I can see that. I think they did a really good job of like stakes in this movie for the most part, to where you felt like, oh, like it was times where I was like, I don't know how Reed gonna get out of this.
Yeah.
Like he was literally like, I studied Galactus. There is nothing you can do with him. Like,
Yeah.
I've looked, I've tried. There's nothing I can do. You could tell he was frustrated. You know.
Yeah. And again, I think he did read very well.
Yeah, he did.
So they're like, the whole planet is like, hey, we're going to conserve energy. We're going to build these bridges. We're going to get this done. And they start turning everything on, coordinating with all of the, large cities. And they're like, hey, we're doing this. And they start the clock. And then one tower goes out, then
I
Mhm.
thought,
two, then
I
three.
thought when I saw the one go out, I was like, dang, who didn't cooperate? I was like, was that
Yeah.
Latveria?
That's what I said. I said,
Yep.
oh, Latveria decided we're not doing this shit.
Turn it off.
And then when more started going down, I was like, oh, never mind.
Yeah, saying yeah.
Because Doom is a top tier hater.
Oh yeah.
And it wouldn't surprise me if Doom was like, hell no, I'm not going with Reed's plan.
Yeah.
My people are more important than the Earth.
Yeah, like, no, we're using our electricity that I pay for. Yeah, like, I could see Doom being like, no, fuck that and fuck Reed. So I also thought, oh, Latveria not cooperating. Because based on where on the map it was,
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, Latveria said nah.
I can
But
see that.
yeah, Silver Surfer came through just destroying them. And yeah, like Silver Surfer was cooking.
Bro, I love how fast they made her look, like the effect of her speed and just because that's why I always like Silver Surfer. It's not necessarily like a specific power, it's just a combination of a few different things and it just makes it look great. You know what I mean?
And Silver Surfer's kind of just too much.
Exactly. Like,
But the power cosmic will do that.
yeah, like, because honestly, like, it's a few different heralds that I really love for Galactus. Silver Surfer obviously is one of the most, recognizable, but especially like the OG Silver Surfer. But man, when he got the power of Cosmic, it's a wrap. Like it's really nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Like,
So the Silver Surfer starts destroying all of them. Like
mhm.
puts down every single one of them and heads for New York last. And Johnny's got a plan. Luckily, Johnny has reverse engineered the language thing, so Johnny starts, playing that, and then he basically tells her about herself. Like, yeah, I figured you out. I know exactly who you are. I know what you did. You are Shala Ball,
Mhm.
and your planet got approached for destruction, and you were probably a scientist of some kind, and you gave yourself to Galactus to save your planet.
Right.
So I found messages from your people thanking you for that. But I also found messages from the planets that you gave to Galactus.
Mhm.
And yeah, that's a trauma dump right there.
For real. Like, especially the fact that she chooses the planets.
Yeah. Because we find that out early. Galactus is like, I don't choose.
Yeah. Like,
Oh, she? Oh,
yeah. She the chef.
oh, that changes things.
Hmm.
So, Brandon, as a guy who knows about Galactus, what are Galactus's requirements for devouring a planet? Because my thought is, why isn't Galactus taking out non-habited planets? Why is Silver Surfer feeding Galactus planets with folk on them?
Well, oh, go ahead, Brian.
Well, that's the thing. I don't know. I remember reading a book when it was the Cosmic Ghost Rider, and he was going through planets and choosing planets. And the main one, he would avoid planets that didn't have.
That's what Silver Surfer normally does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he avoids planets that doesn't have people inhabiting it. Because I think that's just a part of the like energy that is extra energy that's needed to feed Galactus's like appetite. I think that's like a part of it. Whereas like because some people will be like, well, why doesn't Silver Surfer just point them towards like just some big rock, or Jupiter, you know what I mean? It'll all be good. Well, that just doesn't uh, quench his thirst, basically.
And that's why I'm asking, like, do we
Yeah,
know what what Galactus
Yeah.
needs from a planet, or what do we know what the deal is? Because Galactus drove past Jupiter and Mars.
yeah, 100%.
I'm
Or
gonna say
you,
I was gonna say yeah, Silver Surfer normally chooses planets without inhabitants on it.
yeah,
Because before that, Galactus was just, indiscriminately eating planets left and right. And
yeah,
so Silver Surfer was like, hey, how about I become your surfer and then I try to find a better deal for you to
more
do.
efficient. Yeah,
Yeah, because instead of you just eating every single planet. So I think that's why Galactus was going past all the other, Jupiter and all that, is because I really don't know why Silver Surfer and this chose Earth when they did have other planets, but yeah.
And I thought, because in the movie Eternals, we see that it's a situation where people have to inhabit the planet in order for the Celestial to come out of it.
Yeah, I
mm,
understand
And
that.
I didn't know if it was a situation like that. Like, I didn't know if the planet needed to have life on it in order for it to quench Galactus's thirst, or if the fact that there were no people on certain planets or moons or whatever, like, won't get it done. That's why I didn't know if there were requirements or what they were.
No,
I
Because
don't think there's hard
the fact
requirements.
no,
that the fact that Galactus showed up on Silver Surfer's planet, which was inhabited,
Yeah,
and the fact that Silver Surfer finds planets for Galactus
yeah,
led me to believe that there must be some kind of living requirement in order to meet the thirst. Because, yeah, like, why aren't you just eating gas giants?
exactly. It feels like due to him having to meet a certain like appetite, like and make himself full, like he wants the planets to have inhabitants on it, and then and Silver Surfer's like, hey, let me grab you these three, what I mean, uninhabited planets that maybe can help you out, hold you
see,
over.
but see, I don't think Galactus wants anything. He just does, like, he's a force on it. Like, he
Yeah,
just
he just
does
doesn't
it.
want to be hungry.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's why
So,
he doesn't necessarily want to kill. He said, like you were saying, like it's just a part of nature. Like it's unfortunate, but it's just the way it goes. He's like, I remember Odin said, like, hey, like Galactus is just a natural process. Like he's as natural as the wind blowing. You know what I
yeah.
mean? That's just it's just something that's just part of it.
So yeah. Before this, though, I think he was just eating on every planet he could,
It
and
was
then Silver Surfer just pointed him in a direction. Now, why Silver Surfer chose Earth is what I would want to know.
Yeah, because it would have made more sense if we saw Galactus eat all of the planets on the way to Earth, since we saw, like, so if
Little
got,
appetizer.
yeah, he got Neptune, he got Uranus, he got
whoa,
Saturn. Like, that's like, if we would have seen that happen, then I would have been like, oh, okay, so he's just out here eating all of them. And Silver Surfer showed up just say, like, y'all are on the menu.
yeah.
So would you watch the movie if he ate your anus?
Jesus Christ.
That's what you said. You said he ate your anus. I'm just
He
saying.
didn't eat Uranus.
Oh, okay. All right.
This is
Make sure
wild.
we watch the same movie.
That's a different
uh,
one, bro. It's a different website.
I almost said Uranus just to avoid that, but I was like, no, no, I'm gonna say what I say.
yeah, you're gonna talk about the anus, huh?
That's how I say Uranus.
Yeah, I say too.
Back in my day when there were 9 planets,
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
Uranus was one of them.
Sound like you're trying to get back to that time, huh, where America was great.
Back in my day,
That sounds awfully close to making things great again.
there were 9 planets.
And a man and a woman.
Shout out Pluto.
And yeah, there were some other things that were different. I'm not saying we need to go back to all that.
Make America a little great. I get it.
I like just being able to get podcast equipment for, the low and get on a hot mic and talk.
Yeah.
That wasn't always a thing. Anyway, Johnny is like, yeah, all them planets that you fed to Galactus, here are their dying messages.
Yeah.
Just and she's like, oh no, the trauma. Because
I ain't gonna lie, that was a little weak.
hey,
I ain't gonna lie. I get it. I was like, I get it, but that was a little weak.
I mean, I will say no one's had to tell, no one's shown her, hey, this is a
Yeah.
result of you.
yeah, like it
Doing
speaks
what
to
you
it speaks to the fact that she has a soul.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
She
that
doesn't take that away from him when they're Harold.
I agree. She's like, oh no. And then
Yeah.
laugh.
That was a weird
That
sequence. But
was a little weak.
yeah.
yeah,
Like,
we had
I
to,
get
we
it,
had
I
to,
get it.
I don't love the fact that he was like, emotional damage is how we defeat her. But that's what they did.
Yeah.
So, and then he's like, hey, take me. Because she's like, we need that baby. And
Yeah.
that baby would make this choice if that baby was older.
That's a good point. Oh, I
So
like
just-
that she said that.
Yeah, she did. And I was like, well, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
And Johnny was like, well, then take me. And she's basically like, you want
Nigga,
your
nobody,
bitch ass?
don't nobody want you.
Yeah.
Ain't nobody
What you-
worried about
what
you.
you gonna
Otis.
do?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not, no. You don't have what it takes.
Right.
So yeah, no, we don't want you. But he gonna have that baby.
Yeah.
So Reed is like, all right, we got one teleporter standing. What if we bring Galactus here and then teleport him somewhere else? And my thought is like, oh, so Galactus gonna get off his ship and start walking around and be like, why would Galactus leave his ship?
He
And that's
does leave
exactly
his
what
ship a
happened.
lot.
But I'm saying, in this case,
Oh, I
there's,
mean, yeah, it's
there's
not the
no
smartest
reason for
choice.
him to do that. He's already on course to Earth. He already knows where it is. He
Yeah.
already said he was going to eat it slowly. He don't need to get off the ship. He could just start eating when he arrives on the ship. So,
Yeah.
at first, I was like, this dumbass. How are you going to get, like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Because you know that if that baby has the power cosmic, that baby will survive the eating of Earth. So you could just eat Earth and then take the baby. But
I see what you're thinking.
It was a terrible plan, in my opinion. Because only way you make that plan better is once they took Franklin out of that little triangle. They should have made like some signatures of him to keep Galactus to go to that triangle.
that's what I thought. Was like, oh, they're going to have like a clone, or they're going to be able to
Yeah,
trick
I
him
was
into
like,
thinking.
They ain't gonna fool Galactus though.
And it didn't. But
Yeah.
I,
Well, I mean,
thought
them
they'd at
moving
least
it-
have something.
Yeah, I'm like, them moving. I'm like, all right.
Yeah,
you know,
for them to just have an empty.
Yeah.
I mean, that was stupid. Yeah,
Car
I agree
seat.
with that. I agree with that.
I'm
like,
like, he
this-
didn't even have to use no powers to see it was empty.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And that's one thing is like, don't act like Galactus is stupid now. Like,
Yeah.
come on
And
now.
Johnny figured, I'll burn his eyes,
Yeah.
and then he won't be able to see that the baby thing is empty.
Yeah.
And that's the whole plan.
Yeah.
And then he just opened his eyes again
Right.
and used the scanner because they underestimate. Because I was thinking, like, there's no way they brute force Galactus.
Right.
But also, this is the MCU. This is not the Galactus that we know. So, they got to power him down in order to make it make sense. All that. Same with Frank. Like, you can't have Franklin Richards in the story and it makes sense.
Yeah.
So I went in thinking, okay, this is not going to be my Galactus. This is going to be a situation where they have to power him down in order for this to work.
Mhm.
Because there's no way that if it's a comic book accurate Galactus, this goes well.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's what I figured they were going to have to do. So I had to kind of like walk into this fight with that. Like, okay, this is not comic book Galactus, even though it looks like comic book Galactus. This is not power scaled to comic book Galactus because you can't do that here and this all work out. Like, if this had been comic book scale Galactus, I'd have been like, this is bullshit. There's no way. Like, I would have been mad.
Yeah.
So honestly, I'm glad that I said pretty early, like, all right, I have to keep in mind that that's not who this is.
Yeah.
Now, whenever Reed is laying out this plan, Johnny and Ben are like, how are you going to get him in the triangle? And Sue knows. Sue is like, I know exactly how he's going to do it. And
Mhm.
Reed says, like, I will find another way. And Sue is like, there is no other way. We have to use the baby as bait. And Reed is like, correct.
Yeah.
And I was like, that was the moment where I was like, that's Reed Richards.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was the moment where I was like, yeah, they characterized him really well.
Yeah.
And
That's 100% what he would do too.
yeah, because and he's already had the discussion of like, I have to look at worst case scenario. Like worst case scenario has to be at the top of my mind so that I can make sure we don't get there.
Yeah.
I have to do everything that I can to protect this house.
Hmm.
I was fucking with Reed right there.
Yeah.
I was like, Reed, I'm with you on that. But yeah, it looked like he tried to be like, no, I'll find another way to lure Galactus. And then once she said it, he was like, all right, now that's on the table.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't want to keep lying about it,
Yeah,
but
now that we've said it,
yeah.
yeah, that's what we're going to do.
Yep.
We're going to have to use him as bait.
Hmm.
And everybody's like, absolutely not. We're not doing that. And Reed is like, I don't like it,
Hmm.
but that's what we're doing. That's the only thing Galactus wants.
Yeah.
We will come up with a plan so that everything is fine, but we are going to have to use Franklin as bait because Galactus can see him wherever he can sense him, he can smell him. So that's what it's going to have to be. That's the only thing he wants. So yeah,
Yeah.
he's going to get off his ship to come get this baby.
Which was
And
fire, by the way. I love the way he got off the ship.
yeah, I agree. And yeah, like yeah, it was a problem.
Yeah. He created
And
like a damn, you know what I mean?
yeah,
Tsunami. Like,
and the people knew that was so Sue was like, "Hey, Mole Man,
yeah.
I need you to do me a favor."
That was a good scene. I love that
He's
scene.
like, I'm gonna read that.
Yeah, I want Reed to say it.
Yeah.
Reed's like, man, I ain't about to say nothing.
Yeah, like
He's saying it.
Reed's like,
Exactly.
you got me fucked up.
I'd rather die.
Yeah.
And yeah, Mole Man was like, you gotta laugh to keep from crying.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah.
He was like, butter me up, brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
dude, he did the little hand thing.
Yeah.
I was like, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So yeah, Mole Man, they used him well.
Yeah, he did. Because he's a silly character. And so you kind of you gotta be able to lean into that. But yeah.
He's like, yes, Sue gets him to agree to evacuate New York down to
Subterranean.
Subterranea.
Yeah.
And so everybody's down there, and then Galactus arrives, and yeah, like he lands and like shakes like everybody down there is like, oh shit.
Yeah, like that ship got just demolished.
Yeah, like he almost caved Subterranea in by landing.
Right.
And so the Fantastic Four, they start making their plan. They attack Galactus, and Franklin Richards is just kind of in the triangle. So they try to lure him. They shoot him in the eyes, and they move the baby. And then Galactus is like, "Oh, y'all think I'm dumb?"
Right.
And he just rescans and was like, "Oh, the baby's over there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna just go over there and get him." And yeah, the plan starts falling apart. Sue gets knocked out.
Yeah.
And yeah, the Fantastic Four, they kind of get fucked up. Like Reed, and this is what you want to talk about. Like he grabs Reed.
Yeah.
Man, he didn't even look like he stretched from that far. I'm gonna be honest with you. I was like, Reed can't stretch that far? Like, I didn't think it looked that far.
I think that you're right. I think that I wanted to see Galactus like wingspanning him.
Yeah, I need to see my man get pulled. Like, he didn't look like he got pulled that far.
Agreed. It wasn't that bad.
I agree. They should have made that because it was a slow pull, but yeah, they could have made that look a lot worse.
Because in this couple scenes after this, you see when he's like running through everything, and he stretches himself, and I'm like, yo, that looked like just as far as Galactus stretched him.
At first, I was like, maybe is Galactus negating? I mean, I don't know. Power cosmic is kind of crazy. There's no real definition. But I was like, did he's negating his powers and then stretching? You know what I mean? I don't know.
I think that they could have just stretched him out more.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, so anyway, maybe it's got to be Reed's idea.
Right.
But um Galactus is like, yeah, Franklin's over there, so I'm gonna just go get him. Like
Yeah.
y'all think you slick, but all right. So um and that's when we see Herbie like, doing stories, and then Herbie's like, oh shit,
Yeah.
locks the door, and then Galactus just reaches in there.
That
I
was
was like,
really
oh,
cool. Like where
Herbie's dead.
he backed away and then you just see a hand
Yeah.
just
Yeah, and then
demolishing it.
he's just kind of like floating him, and he's like, you will replace me and you will free me from
Hmm.
the slavery of always being hungry.
I wish they would have dove into that a little bit more with his origin because he's from a certain planet that's built off of science, his most advanced, I think, civilization ever. And then that planet is destroyed, and then he's the sentient beings from that planet give him power, the power of cosmic creating Galactus. But with that, he has a hunger that he can't escape. I wish they would have touched on it a little bit more because it's like, all right, Galactus, why are you so why are you so much trying to get out of this position and find a replacement? Essentially, you know what I mean? They didn't touch on that really.
I agree. I think that they could have spent a little time on it because
Yeah,
this movie wasn't very long.
it wasn't
And yeah, you could have given us, a little 7 minutes
right. Like, and
for
even
some
when
Galactus lore.
yeah, when they visited him, maybe he can just you can look in his eyes and boom, we get a quick little all right, boom, boom, boom. He's a regular dude, boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Quick little minute summary. You
because they
know
didn't spend a lot of time on Silver Surfer's origin. But
exactly.
yeah, like when Galactus was telling the story about him being endlessly hungry, I thought we were gonna get something,
Yeah,
and then we just didn't. I was like, okay.
yeah. I feel like then you would have got a little more like, oh, I see. He's just a dude trying to get out of this position he got hired.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
yeah, like it was just forced upon him
Exactly.
because
Exactly.
we didn't get a lot of history for the Fantastic Four. Like, I think that we have gotten out of seeing origins actually play out. Like,
Hmm.
in these origin movies, we're not seeing the origin that we've seen 100 times. They are already active, and we
Yeah.
just get flashbacks of
Right.
what happened, or we just get told what happened. And so I figured, since we didn't actually see the Fantastic Four as normal people going up into space, and since we didn't actually see that, I thought we were going to get a little more time with the history of the villains.
Exactly. Same.
We did not.
Mm-mm.
And, okay. So, Galactus has Franklin, and Sue wakes up, and Sue is like, not my baby.
Yeah.
And so she mother bears Galactus into the teleporter. Like, she activates motherhood because,
Yeah.
they say that, like, when that baby's in danger, mothers can like lift cars, and
Yeah.
yeah, like it's crazy. Like that adrenaline gets a lot done.
Hmm.
And Reed said to her like, "Hey, it's too much," and she said, "No, fuck that.
Yeah.
He has my baby." And I
Right.
said what I said. You can't have him.
Right.
So yeah, she starts brute forcing him into the triangle,
I
and
didn't.
oh, good.
I don't know. I didn't love. I loved how it looked, but I was like, "Is you really got to push Galactus?" One thing I do like about
I think
Galactus,
she could do it.
yeah, and that's one thing I do like about Galactus. They make him vulnerable in the comics enough to where it's not like he's Franklin Richards, where he's just OP. He's just a big, you know what I mean. You can there's some certain things you can do. So I did like it. It was just kind of like, but it did look good. It also looked really good.
Yeah, and again, a mother will has superpowers when she needs to.
Yeah, her
I
motivation made sense.
My thought was, if you can bestow the power of phasing to Silver Surfer, why don't you have the power to phase?
Yeah,
Was my immediate thought. I was
Mm-hmm.
like, if you have the power cosmic and can grant the power cosmic, you shouldn't, like, a force field shouldn't be doing anything to you. But the movie's got to happen.
Yeah.
And again, I had to put in the backup, like, this is not comic book Galactus. This
Mm-hmm.
is MCU Galactus. And that's different.
Yeah.
So, since I was able to, get myself through that, she pushes him in there. Reed gets him. They turn on the thing, and he gets knocked in there, or he gets in the teleporter, and then he starts to climb back out of it because it's got to be. I thought we only got 37 seconds, but it's the whole 37 seconds. Because like once he was in there, turn it off.
Yeah. That makes sense.
But no, it's got to be open for the entire 37 seconds. So, Johnny is like, all right, it's got to be me.
Bro, I thought he was gonna do the what's this like elite level move
Oh,
he
like that
does?
supernova.
Supernova. I thought he was gonna do the supernova. No, he dies when he does that, right? Or something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't think he can. I think it's like a one-time use thing type thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought he was. I was like, oh, he's just gonna push Galactus in there.
Oh
But
yeah, I thought he was gonna do like a super fast and just run directly into him.
Yeah.
yeah, but I knew Silver Surfer. Like we hadn't seen Silver Surfer in a while, so I knew
That's
that
how
Silver
I was
Surfer.
like, yeah, we haven't seen her in a while. I was like, she might pull
Yeah,
up.
I knew she was gonna be the one to do it. Um, so yeah, she because I was like, it's got to stay the Fantastic Four. Like, there's no way Johnny. So one of two things happens: either the Silver Surfer does it, or in the time that is still available, Silver Surfer goes in there, gets Johnny, pulls him out.
Yeah.
Like one of those two things is going to happen.
Mm.
So Silver Surfer sacrificed herself. They both go in there, and then Sue dies. Like
Yeah.
she dead, and he starts doing CPR. He starts trying to revive her. He's like, Ben, hold the baby. And Sue is dead, and the baby was like, "Hey, come here."
I
Like,
Yeah.
know. It was like,
yeah,
give
because
me
I
those
could,
hands. Come here.
because I could. I was like, Franklin's gonna revive her, but you
Yeah.
could see him
Same.
like leaning in, like, let me touch mommy.
Right.
Um. So yeah, eventually he gets on there, taps her on the chest. She wakes up, and we see the cosmic
That's
go
what I
through her.
liked. I like
Like,
that.
yeah, we see it in her eyes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, he wakes her up, and yay, we won. Everybody's happy. Everybody returns to their homes.
Bro, the fact that they weren't creeped out by it, they were called like, oh, well, she's back. All right. I would have been like, bro, get this baby in a lab immediately. Like,
Well, that's the nobody saw it happen.
Yeah, they don't know it happened. They
Like
just
they
thought.
were like
bro,
this wasn't televised.
they all saw that baby
I
get
mean,
on top
they.
of him.
No, the Fantastic Four did, but
That's what
the
I'm saying.
public
If
didn't.
if I was Ben, I would have been like, hey,
I don't even think the Fantastic Four realized what happened though.
no, they had to, bro.
Like
They
okay,
sat there
yeah,
and
they
looked
said
at it.
she's dead, but something could have happened. Like maybe a jolt, kick back on.
No,
Bro,
they.
nah.
I thought they watched Franklin's hands turn blue, and then she woke up. Like I
Yeah,
thought they knew what happened,
I did too.
but
Yeah, I don't know.
Because, like, to me, I would have been like, hey, Reed, we need to create something and lock this thing up immediately. Like,
Little baby Jack, gotta do
yeah, bro,
something with him.
you can't be messing with life and death. Yeah, we got to get this thing up out of here. Like, at that point, it's a thing. Forget Franklin.
oh, okay, Brandon.
Bro, no, seriously. This thing can create, can just bring people back. Like, come on. And he's a baby? To this thing get older and start having some opinions about some stuff.
See, and that's why I'm sure the Fantastic Four said we are the ones who will steer this in the right direction. Like the baby needs to stay with us so that we can mold this into
I mean,
we can turn it toward the right thing. We are the ones who will make sure that this power is used in the right way for good.
nah, bro. It's
Because
a lot of,
like I'm keeping that shit quiet.
oh, yeah,
Because
100%.
yeah, like I know the Fantastic Four got clout and all that, but government find out about that?
That's what I'm saying. Lock him up early, bro. Locking him up because it's a lot of prisoners in prison right now, and their parents is like, man, we gotta raise this kid up, do a good job. They probably did a good job, and then they just made a stupid decision. You know what I mean? You can't, nah, bro. Casually unaliving, like casually bringing somebody back. No, no, bro. We got to put you in one of them Superman type cages.
And again, I'm sure the Fantastic Four was like, all right, cool. We need to hone this and we need to make sure that it's used for good. And like, we are the people to do that. Because if we do put this baby in a cage, that could be a problem. And if the baby can do this, we don't know what all the baby can do. So we have to cultivate and we have to, again, make sure that we're moving things in the right direction. Because in The Boys, Homelander was put in a cage and it got ugly for the people that put him in that cage. But
Maybe.
um I see what you mean, but again, I'm sure the Fantastic Four was like, "No, we'll take care of that."
Mm.
So, uh everybody's happy. The Fantastic Four is taken off the nigga go die list because they have saved the Earth. Everything goes back to normal. Everybody's good. And so then we see after some credits, we're 4 years later. Franklin is a boy and he loves to reading everything. And Sue was like, let me get a different book. Some a little lighter. So she comes back and we know who that is, which is why I just went ahead and said it in the synopsis. But I mean, it's just a cloaked individual with a metal face that Franklin is holding. How the fuck did you get in here?
Right.
My wife's like, "Who is that?" Like,
All right.
yeah, the normal goal is they have no idea who this is.
Yeah.
It reminded me of Thanos so much when we
Oh,
saw
that
him in that first
first.
Avengers.
Yeah.
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 Okay. So yeah. It was and the reason I assume people knew is because they've announced Robert Downey Jr. and all that. So
I don't think
I
normal people don't know.
okay. I guess I was under the impression that like because it was such MCU news that Robert Downey Jr., who was Iron Man, was coming back to the MCU as Doctor Doom. I assumed that it was relatively common knowledge. But also that was so long ago people probably forgot. But anyway,
Dude, I use my wife as like the basis for normal people. Like
that makes sense.
she just go to the movies just 'cause I'll take her. She ain't paying attention. She ain't watching none of Disney Plus shows. She ain't watching nothing else. No announcements or nothing.
I have a friend who comes with us who is that same thing. Like
Hmm.
she don't know what the fuck's going on. She just here because we said, "Hey, we're going to the movie." She was like,
Yeah.
"Okay."
So
Yeah.
yeah. So when she saw that, she's like, "Yeah, I have no idea who that is." And even when I told her, she didn't know who it was. So
Yeah. So clearly it's Doctor Doom,
Right.
and yeah, the movie just cuts off and it says the Fantastic Four will be back.
Yeah.
I think that was good. That was good. I love that they got back to that. Like I said, that reminded me of that first Thanos we saw. Like it was like a teaser, but it's like it was for the ones who knew, and it's like something big is coming only if you know who he is.
Apparently, the Russo brothers directed that part, like
Okay,
that post credit scene.
okay, I'm behind that. I'm good.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Yeah, you get them. Like
Yeah.
they know what they're doing.
Yeah. Um. Yeah. It's a lot of theories coming out because obviously in the Thunderbolts shows with the ship. So like some people are wondering. So like, all right, Jordan, some of you got didn't Doctor Doom like kill the Beyonder and take his powers?
I think that was in what's that one
Is it Secret
where
Wars or
yeah, not Secret Wars. What's the one where they had all the incursions and stuff? Oh, maybe it was Secret Wars.
I said I
No,
thought
no,
that or
no.
Battle World. I thought it was Secret Wars. Wars.
yeah, Secret
Maybe
Wars?
maybe it was Secret Wars.
Yeah, I think it
Uh,
was Secret Wars because I think he took Beyonder's powers, something like that. Some people are thinking he's gonna kidnap Franklin and then take his power, try to take his powers and go on the run. And some people are thinking that's who's coming to the Thunderbolts, coming to Earth 616.
interesting
So
theory. Yeah,
just
because
one theory.
yeah, as of right now, yeah, we don't even know how they even get to the 616 right now.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So, Brandon,
Hmm.
scale of 1 to 10. Now that we have talked through this movie,
Now we've talked through it. Let me start looking at my because I ranked it a
All
little
right.
early.
Updated mine.
Oh, I have not. Hold on.
Um, okay, let me make sure what I'm saying backs up my rank. I'm gonna give it. I'm gonna give it 7.5 out of 10, just because it wasn't the most fun movie. Like I wasn't like there's movies ahead of it that I had way more fun watching. Uh, but again, this is very beautiful. So I think a very strong 7.5.
Okay. Okay. Um, I'm gonna give it a 7. There were there were things that I liked and enjoyed about it, but again, I didn't walk out super impressed or like, oh my God, we're back.
Yeah,
Like I walked out just being like, all right, I watched a solid movie.
yeah.
I
Like
think
I feel like it's rounded up to a 7.
Mm.
Like I feel like it's a 6 and change. A lot of change, but I think it's a 6 and change that rounds to a 7.
Okay, I think mine rounded up to 7.5. Yeah.
I think for me, initially I was like, "Oh, this is 7.5 straight out the theater." But after talking about it, honestly, like and just thinking about all the parts, I'm actually gonna go with an 8. I really enjoyed this one a lot. I think it was a really good start for Phase 6, but I don't know if that's a really good start compared to like we haven't had a lot of hits here lately.
Mm.
So it's like, but I think to start a phase off, I think it was a good one.
George, do you mind looking at our past ratings? I just
Yeah.
want
Wait,
to.
Spencer, would you say you gave a 7?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, I know this is about to be ugly.
So past
Is there?
MCU stuff.
So wait, before we do that,
Mm,
before we do that, to test its accuracy, Brandon, number wise, where is it on your MCU list? And what is it between?
okay. All right. On my list, I have Fantastic Four at number 18. It is behind Deadpool and Wolverine. It is ahead of Age of Ultron, Shang-Chi, Captain Marvel.
Okay. I also have it at 18.
Hmm.
I have Guardians 1 above it, and I have Captain America 4 behind it.
Ooh, okay.
For mine, it's number 15. It's in front of Thunderbolts and right behind Wakanda Forever.
Okay.
So just to give a little MCU thing. So for the last few movies, Thunderbolts, I gave an 8. Brandon gave an 8.5. Spencer gave an 8. Brave New World, I gave it a 6.5. Oh, all three of us gave it a 6.5.
Wait, okay. Just to double check here. Do we still think Fantastic Four is better than Brave New World?
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Okay. All right. I
Because like I
agree.
said, and that actually worked out accurately because
Yeah.
I said that I gave that a 6.5 and I gave Fantastic Four 7, but it's a 6 and change
Yeah.
for real.
And then the
Everything else, I cannot speak to the accuracy. How did
Deadpool Wolverine. Oh yeah, what's up?
how did we rank Guardians 3?
Ooh, I know that's high. Guardians 3. Oh, okay. All three of us gave it an 8.5.
Okay.
Hmm.
Interesting.
What did Brandon give Deadpool and Wolverine?
Brandon gave Deadpool Wolverine a 8.5. And I
Hmm.
gave it a 10. Spencer gave it a 9.
That makes sense.
Okay.
All right. What about we didn't do one for Captain Marvel. Right.
We did the
Yeah,
Marvels.
yes, the
Yeah.
second Captain Marvel we did. And if I recall, I was drunk.
Yeah. You gave it like an 8 or a 9.
I
Spencer
think I gave it a
gave it,
7.
yeah, Spencer gave it a 7. Brandon gave it a 6.5. I gave it a 5.
That's right. Okay.
Yeah, I was drunk.
It's
Yeah, that's
Captain
that's
Marvel. Yeah, this is 10 times better than Captain Marvel.
yeah. Uh, okay. Anything else before I get to the Rotten Tomatoes?
Oh shit, we do need to do that. Not that I can
No.
think of.
Mm,
Okay. So, Rotten Tomatoes time. Of course, it is a little game that we like to play here on the channel. I have the Rotten Tomatoes scores for both critic and audience, and Brandon and Spencer must try to guess what they think it is. And we play the closest to the bucket without going over. Um, but just to reiterate, Spencer basically has more wins. He has 19 overall wins versus Brandon's 12. But overall wins, Spencer is dominating this game 8
all
to
right.
1,
All right.
and there are 8 ties. So
Okay.
the Superman movie actually ended up with a tie. Brandon won one round, Spencer won one round. So we'll start with Brandon. What do you think the critic score is?
Hmm. Critics score. It is a beautiful movie. Writing is solid. Um, it was kind of a really fast pace. Okay, I'm gonna go with 78.
Okay. Spencer, what do you think?
I was thinking a little higher, like 84.
All right. Currently sitting with 315 reviews. The critic score is sitting at an 87%. So
Hmm.
Spencer wins that round. Spencer, audience
Seven.
score. What are you thinking?
I have heard nothing. Like, I don't know how the people feel. I don't know, like, I don't know what the word on the street is at all. Um, I know that Larry said to me that he had heard good things, and based on that I've like people that I know that I've heard from, they were like, yeah, it was pretty good. So 89?
Okay.
Hmm.
Brandon, what are you thinking?
I'm gonna go 90.
Ooh. It's currently sitting with 10,000 plus verified reviews. Fantastic Four First Steps is sitting at a 93%.
Oh wow.
Mm,
Uh, Brandon takes the dub on that one, and we end with another tie.
that is really high. Wow.
That's really high. Like I thought I was being generous.
Hey man,
That's
I'm gonna
really
tell you right
high.
now. I called David and talked to him and Lindsay after the movie, and they both gave it nines.
Not
Okay.
nines?
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta stop David when it's okay.
They're not comic book fans like deeply though. So I don't know if like that's one thing I wonder is do comic book fans judge this movie more harshly than non-comic book fans?
I would agree. I would say there's three type of people when it comes to the MCU: comic book fans, MCU fans, and normal people.
Okay.
I mean,
So,
they've been here from the jump of the MCU. Nine is crazy.
well, and
Nine is you're hanging in the top 10 range. Like, I'd love to
yes, it is.
see David's ranking. So
That'd be a conversation for another day for sure.
yeah,
All right. Anything else we want to discuss?
I
that
don't
is
think
all.
so.
We're definitely gonna have to do an episode about our egregious
Yeah.
ratings.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean, we also got to update our leagues, MCU rankings too.
yeah, that's true.
Yes, we do. Because we're at what 37 movies?
Yeah,
And yeah, like since a new phase is over, it might
yeah.
be time.
Oh, I gotta add Galactus and Silver Surfer to, well, I guess mostly Galactus to my MCU villain ranking.
Yeah.
Villain, I got a lot of work to do, but
Yeah, I got some catching up to do on that too.
yeah,
Let me see. Yeah, my villain is not up to date. I'm missing some people.
yeah. I got a ways to go in there.
Yeah.
So for Captain America 4, do we do Red Hulk or do we do the leader?
I think Red Hulk, personally.
I would make an argument for both.
Okay.
I would say I could say both. Like for this, it would clearly be Galactus, but
Yeah.
yeah,
For
because
Thunderbolts Sentry?
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
So all right, yeah. Well, that'll be something that we definitely have to work on.
yeah.
Okay.
But with that being said, we're never duplicated.
Always appreciate it.
And forever melanated.